Gaming news today is all about first impressions. First, the Marathon Bungie gameplay reveal has come and gone, and the response has been a bit mixed. The hands-on previews are also hitting, and the general consensus is not as positive or as hopeful as Bungie was probably hoping. We're going to get into it, and I also have my own video coming later today about how it's a bit of a misfire. Second, Nintendo is making their pricing situation, well, a little bit worse for longtime fans or maybe even new fans. New details have emerged about how DLC will be handled with the Zelda Switch 2 versions, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, so we'll take a look. Third, Black Ops 7 details have leaked from one playtester, and something unexpected came from the leak, and it has nothing to do with Call of Duty. And as always, I do have a game for your wish list and your radar. We put that at the end of every show open, so you've got something new to check out if you'd like. Now, if you're watching this later, one of the best ways to help out this video is just to hit the like button. Even if you're not here for the live shows, that helps. If you want to support the channel directly, we just celebrated a milestone of 600 people being at Member Plus and above. We hung out. We did an IRL stream in my backyard on a Saturday. It was a great time. So consider supporting the channel directly. Click join and pick Member Plus, or consider upgrading if you're one of the lucky folks to be on a gifted member. So let's get into it. Yes, the Marathon Bungie gameplay reveal has happened. They debuted 2 different gameplay trailers. They had a lot of footage of streamers playing the game, as well as hands-on videos that have dropped in the wake of the event. Basically, people from Skill Up to Luke Stevens to pretty much anybody that was at the event are now kind of sharing their thoughts. And I will say the consensus is not that great. There are certainly people who are very excited and had a great time, but many people are asking some of the tougher questions like, what's the hook? What's the staying power? Why does the game feel like it's sort of a minimum viable product? It doesn't really feel like it's in a launch-worthy state after 6 years, and it's coming out in 5 months. Now, I expected high levels of hype from Bungie, and it didn't seem to be there, and I wasn't alone. I think a lot of people thought Bungie was going to come out swinging and really sort of deliver on that initial, shock the world with your gameplay and your innovation. And I've got a video coming later today about how I feel this is pretty much a pretty big misfire. There's a lot of things that just don't seemingly add up, and a lot of things that I think are going to make this game struggle. My video about how it being a recipe for failure seems to be doing much better, and people seem to be resonating with it a little bit more. The hands-on response has been mostly in the middle. There's a lot of concern, along with people just saying, like, it feels good to play. They were enjoying it, but there also was very mixed feedback. There were people saying that they could go entire rounds without seeing anybody, but then there were other people saying that it's a very PvP-focused game. You're sort of constantly getting into firefights, and the choke points and the map design really feeds into that. So look for my video later today. I sort of walk through all of the various bullet list problems of what's, sort of coming out of all of the feedback. So be sure to check that one out. Now, the second thing that's been a hot topic lately has been video game prices, and I have largely been misrepresented, by bad actors out here who claim I've been defending $80 games. There's not really a reason to defend or attack them. I have simply said that higher price points on video games should be expected at this point after having such a long run of games not costing nearly as much as they did in the past. But the latest development is something worthy of criticism and complaint. I don't feel like Nintendo is packaging these Switch 2 versions of Zelda in a good way. Coming from Insider Gaming, Nintendo Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and its DLC will set players back $90 for its Nintendo Switch 2 version. So how is this happening? Well, here's what they say. For those looking to buy the game outright, it will set you back $70, plus the $20 DLC taking you to $90. For those looking to upgrade from the original Nintendo Switch version, you will have to buy the game for $60 and then buy the enhanced edition for an additional $10, and then get the $20 DLC, and now you're at the $90 price point again. Now, a lot of this is simply because Nintendo does not lower their prices. Currently, the expansion pass is still $20 after all this time. Now, from my perspective, buying the game, the Switch 2 version for the Switch 2, it should just have everything in it, but it doesn't, right? And again, this is just my opinion. They don't have to do this. This is something that they've proven time and time again, that they don't like to lower their prices on their games. It really makes you question a lot of the hate and the criticism that PlayStation has gotten over the years. Much of what they've done with their upgrades, for whether it's like a remaster or a remake, has been very, very customer leaning, more generous, more favorable to the customer than what Nintendo is doing. And I think this really, really does boil down to the fact that Nintendo thinks they can do this because their products are typically in such high demand that they have never felt the need to lower cost on their games for the market. And that's essentially what's happening with this. So I'm not thrilled with it because I do want to get the Switch 2 version, and I will just use that Nintendo Online to download those upgrades for free. But having to also then buy that DLC doesn't seem to be like the appropriate way to bundle this. The sticker shock of Mario Kart being at 80 is something that a lot of people have been, taking an issue with. And if Nintendo's going to continue to package its content at such a high premium price, they might start to see people recoil a little bit. The closer you get to that $100 price point, I think people might say, yeah, this is a bridge too far, especially for games that have been out for such a long time. I mean, Breath of the Wild's been out for about 8 years. So those are my thoughts on that. And then Black Ops leaks are coming in. Insider Gaming has a long list of things about Black Ops 7. The story is apparently going to focus on 2035 and be a follow-up to the Black Ops 2 story. It'll involve Woods and Mason. It will allow, though, this was interesting, the story will allow 4-player co-op, up to 4-player co-op. It'll include a big open map called Avalon. The Omni movement will return and include wall running. Zombie mode will have an original crew. It will also have a transit remake. It'll be round-based. Zombies will also have a difficulty toggle. And mode for zombies will also feature the largest round-based map ever created. There's going to be remakes of popular maps. They plan for everything to have a progression level system, including grenades, kill streaks, and perks, and plans for a multiplayer progression to carry over from Black Ops 6. And I keep forgetting to turn off the automatic ad thing, guys. I am so sorry. That setting is like on by default now because we need that to be on for the VOD, but not for the live stream. I apologize. Now, something that came out of the Black Ops 7 leak that was unexpected, however, was a leak about prototype. Now, according to the user, he said he got a glimpse of some kind of other prototype game where he said, I also saw that another prototype is planned with Alex Mercer returning as the protagonist. Gameplay will involve shape-shifting, transforming into other people to infiltrate areas, and the game will be set in New York. Now, this is pretty exciting to see a prototype franchise like that return, especially now that we've got, next-gen power, next-gen graphics, and things like that. So I honestly think it could do very well. And now, right here at the end of the show, open before I start talking to the live audience, I've got a game for your wish list and your radar. This one's called The Eternal Life of Goldman. It's coming to Steam, X batch of games like this. So I think this one looks great, The Eternal Life of Goldman. No official release date yet, but they do seem to be targeting a 2025 multi-plat release. And that's the news, and now it's time for the discussion. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I hope you guys are having a great start to your Monday. The price increase on PlayStation, I wanted to let that sit for a moment. I can't change things on Sunday, so I saw that hit this morning. We will cover that tomorrow once I have the opportunity to get more information about it. It looks like it's having a price increase in certain regions, so I don't have any more info than that. And I don't want to discuss it today. We can discuss it tomorrow. I think largely today what we're probably going to end up discussing is Marathon. Because Marathon is sort of taking over the news cycle over the weekend. That debut hit, that gameplay hit, and we have had a lot of people sort of reacting and providing their feedback. We had a pretty significant, debate already this morning in Morning Coffee. A great reason to be a member to the channel is that you get to start your day in Morning Coffee. You get to start an entire hour early and get sort of a more laid back discussion. Yo, what's good, Ice Queen Gaming? As per Camille's advice, I turned my phone upside down and hit the dislike hype for prototype. Yeah, I was kind of surprised that out of a Black Ops 7 leak, we got prototype information. There are 4 new games on Game Pass: COD, WoW, COD, Advanced Warfare, Tony Hawk Pro 1 and 2. Watching a lot of D2 guys now take off the Pro Bungie mask and be critical. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I would imagine if you feel like you're kind of, moving on from Destiny or, not really needing to cover Destiny exhaustively anymore, I would imagine that you might be more critical. I mean, clearly Bungie is targeting the big guys. They're going for the big fish. They want the big streamers. They want the guys with the audiences that sort of orbit around the PvP and the Tarkov and the Extraction, because that's where they're probably hoping to get the bulk of their audience. Now, I had somebody ask me a question at the end of Morning Coffee, a longstanding member, said, well, why in the world did Bungie choose this genre of all genres to make, the Extraction shooter? And my theory is simply that they understand, live service market saturation. They know that, like, everybody's trying to do, like, the gold rush on Battle Royale. Everybody's trying to kind of get in on that. People continue to try to do some kind of a looter shooter, and to no great effect. We've not really seen anybody pull that off just yet outside of Destiny, Division 1 and 2. Division 2 is still going, but didn't really, again, hit the level that you would expect or want to see for an ongoing looter shooter. So I think that Bungie understands market saturation, and I think they looked at the market and they said, what are we really good at? And they're like, well, we're really good at shooters. Like, we can make a shooter feel better, if not the best. I mean, that's something that is definitely a feather in their cap, okay? And they, like many others, I think, went to the market and said, well, where is there a gap, or where is there sort of the beginning birth of a new trend or new interest? And I think they saw Extraction shooter and thought, that's not super saturated, right? It's based on loot. We know loot. We can kind of combine the two things that we're good at, and we can make an Extraction shooter. The video I have coming later today, I essentially argue that it doesn't feel like a game born out of passion. It feels like a game born out of opportunity. They saw an opportunity. They thought they could build a great game. They're like, well, we're going to make a game in this genre. Right? I've been playing Blueprints with my wife. We're freaking hooked. We got really, really close last night. We got outside. We found new things. I opened up a gate to get into the apple garden because I remembered the number from the apple tree in the photo room. Like, just such a great game, right? That game feels 100% born out of passion, right? Like, we've played a lot of games like that this year where you're like, this was a game born out of passion. This was a game the developers absolutely 100% wanted to build. And I don't feel that way when I look at Marathon. I look at Marathon and I just feel like it's very derivative. It's very bland. It doesn't feel inspired. It's just the cinematic got the best reception, but the cinematic is just sort of like what they do best. I believe they even said, didn't they bring in like an Oscar winner to help them with the cinematic? It's not even directly from them. I thought I saw a headline about that. Hang on, I do have some people to thank. I forgot to do this. Bolnim was the first. Han shot first, and so did you. Did a Member Plus renewal, and Gale Winforce did a Member Plus renewal. You guys have a huge head start, and now we're already at 80, so we're 20 away from the first 100. MASH will not be here this week, so you guys are going to have to dig deep. We're going to have to hit these goals without Granddaddy MASH coming in here. And a $5 super chat from Arkham Knight. Let me set a goal for the super chats as well. Every 5, I will gift a member. So thank you so much. Mike and Mike says, good morning, y'all. Marathon looks interesting, but not enough to day one. Still want Destiny 3. And then Ant hits 44 months in a VIP. Guys, always let me know if when you do a Member Plus or a VIP, let me know if it's an upgrade or a renewal, because upgrades count as 2. We did celebrate 600 people being at Member Plus and above over the weekend. We sat in the backyard and we grilled a steak. We reverse seared a steak. It was a blast. We had such a good time. And you can help us continue to do those streams. That was a renewal for you. Thank you. So, yes. And make sure you guys are smashing the like button. Let's try to get our first 200 likes. Marathon looks like something happened, like someone left a while back and took their coding with them. Your vid on Returnal gameplay in 2025 really helped me out, says Ruben. After watching a vid, something just clicked with me, and now I'm crushing the game. That was why I did that video. I knew Returnal would start to get a resurgence of interest, and so I said, I'm going to play the game, and I'm going to try to show people how there is actual progression in Returnal to give them some footing to not feel so despondent, like, yeah, you're going to die, you're going to start over. That's the nature of the game, but don't feel like you're just wasting your time. Who's going to buy this based off of the weekend? PlayStation players, maybe. Xbox peeps when you have Game Pass, PC. Yeah, I don't think that they wowed people. I think they needed to wow people. I think my video about how it was a recipe for failure. I know that like the Bungie Defense Force got on that video and got really angry because they didn't watch the video. They just saw the thumbnail and they just assumed, well, Lono's hating on a Bungie property. Well, if you actually watched my content, you would know that I've defended Bungie quite a bit, probably more than people think they deserve, given my history with the company, but I've defended them a lot. And that video had nothing to do with Bungie. It had nothing to do with the game. It had to do with the packaging. I felt like they were really setting the game up to struggle and fail because it's like it's an extraction shooter. You tell people that it's not for everybody, and then you're charging money for it. These are all things I think that are going to work against the game being successful. Had nothing to do with the gameplay. Well, then the gameplay hits, and it's like, I really think that you needed to wow people. You needed to come out and be that super cocky Bungie that's like, man, we've got a banger here, and that just didn't feel that way, right? It didn't feel that way at all. Like, I thought there was a part in the back of my mind. I said, I made my video about recipe for failure, and I was like, I'm probably going to get a bunch of comments after this event, and people are going to be like, Bungie just proved you wrong, blah, 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 blah. The opposite happened. My video just got a bunch of comments that said, your video aged like a fine wine. Your video actually was right. These people brigaded your video, and they didn't even watch it, right? The video actually started faring better with the comments because people came from the gameplay reveal and they were like, there's nothing special here. This just looks like another shooter, just another extraction shooter. Very like Apex Legends adjacent. Like it did not at all. If anybody was on the fence, I don't think it pulled anybody off the fence. I think it shoved them to the other side of it. Steven, with a member like a brand new member, make sure when you do a brand new member, you guys want to pick Member Plus. Member Light is called that for a reason. That's basically the gifted member tier. You can't get into the green room at the end of every day if you're on Member Light. It's $1 more, but it helps me distinguish between gifteds and non-gifteds. I do like to give extra content to people supporting the channel directly. And I can't tell that you're supporting the channel directly when you're on Member Light. There's no way for me to designate that. When Astrobot was revealed, it radiated quality. It had magic. Same with Saros and Yote. It didn't quite hit that tier level of hype. I mean, those are all very different games, but I get what you're saying. People are hating on Marathon just like they did AC Shadows. No, that is not what this is. No. I did not hate on AC Shadows. I was in AC Shadows' corner from the very beginning, right? I was in AC Shadows' corner from the very beginning. I thought they're going to pull this off. It'll be great. I'm loving it, right? I'm taking a slight break from it to play Blueprints with my wife, but I'm here to tell you, I don't think this is in the same category as people were hating on AC Shadows because, you know, they put Yasuke in the game. Like, this was the moment that you're supposed to come out and say, we've been working on this for 6 years, and we got a banger to show you. And it was like, we've been working on this for 6 years, and we have basically an alpha to show you, a minimum viable product. It's like, this is what you've got after 6 years? A game that is going to launch with, 3 maps, 6 operators. There's the promise of a 4th map. There's the promise of a ranked mode. I don't understand how I honestly feel like the game went through a bunch of reboots and resets and trouble. I really do. You've got to remember, everything that was said about this game leading up to today was that it wasn't going well. It wasn't going well. You know, Tom Henderson said something. Jason Schreier said something. There was the IGN report that, you know, they were just wanting to get the game out the door before the final payment from PlayStation. It just doesn't have that punch. It doesn't have that Bungie punch. I didn't feel like there was this air of confidence and strutting that you usually get from them. Minimum viable product is so apt. It's perfect. I believe it. Yeah, and then even if you say that the game has potential, let's just say the game has potential and the audience that it's intended for, is going to like it. Even the audience it's intended for seems to be confused about some of the decisions. They seem to be confused about proximity chat. Like, why is there no proximity chat? It's a social extraction game, a social extraction shooter, and there's no prox chat. Okay? That seems like a strange choice. The game has too much pressure on it, says Asian Slick Slaya. It should not be the next main game for them, but it seems like that's how they're treating it. Lono, it's because after Chris Barrett was fired, they downscaled the game. A dev interview confirmed they altered art design when Valorant lead dev came on, from high fidelity to washed out Destiny. I remember when we heard that they had a new director and that they had changed directions. That to me was concerning to do that late stage. I was like, wait, huh? Like, that's like a year before the game came out. Usual Suspects are saying it's woke. I'm tired of that. No one cares what they say. They're just continuing to fail in their efforts, so let them. There is no woke here. I don't see any evidence of that. I don't get it. Choosing to do an extraction shooter just doesn't seem like a game that would attract the majority. Well, of course not. No. Here's the thing. All right. Here's the thing you got to understand. Making a game for everybody is a fool's errand, okay? You can't do that. If you try to make a game for everybody, you're going to make a game for nobody, right? Because everybody's going to say it's too bland, it's too diluted, it's too thinned out. What is this? Okay. Sorry. I just got an email. Sorry. I was like, whenever I have to read, I don't know about you guys, whenever I have to read, like, my whole brain shuts down. I'm like, I have to read what? Anyways. So if you make a game for everybody, it's a game for nobody. I agree with that. I think that is a valid position. Okay? It's a valid position. However, this game, I think, is going to struggle to be not a teeter-totter where, like, it really appeals to this group over here and these people over here have no desire to play it. I don't think it's going to be a teeter-totter. I think it's going to be a valley where nobody really wants to play it. Let me explain what I mean. From what I can tell, guys, and make sure and double check that the likes are saving, because right now we should be trying to target that 200 like count. Let's try and do that while I kind of go on this little explanation here. Okay, from what I can tell, the more hardcore players, even Shroud, Shroud was saying there's a lack of friction. There are people that really enjoy extraction shooters that are taking issue with some of the design choices. There's also, seemingly, if you're trying to attract the people who like extraction shooters, there doesn't seem to be anything new, innovative, or even like exploratory. It seems very safe, very canned, okay? So, in light of that, I think it's going to struggle to capture those people. Now let's talk about everybody else. We've got people that are on the fence. We've got people that are more casual. You know, there's been a lot of people that have told me, well, this will do well on console. Console doesn't really have a great extraction shooter, so this will do really well on console. The console player base, I feel like, tends to be a little bit more casual. They tend to just sort of fall into the buckets of like Warzone, Apex, and Fortnite. Very approachable, very accessible games. They can certainly get sweaty, but that's kind of where people fall. So I think that side's going to say, yeah, no, thank you. The debut didn't really wow anybody. It's not going to pull people off the fence if you've got fence sitters. So my concern is, sure, don't try to make a game for everybody, because if you make a game for everybody, then you make a game for nobody. Sure. I understand that. I think that that's good and well stated. But I feel like this isn't really going to appeal to anybody because it's sort of landing in this very like lukewarm, tepid place where it's not going to have a magnetism to your hardcore guys or your guys looking for, you know, the next extraction shooter. I also don't think it like wowed or shocked or surprised anybody who's going to say, oh, you know what, I've been kind of on the fence, or I'm a little bit more of a casual. I'm definitely going to check this game out. Does that make sense? That's my biggest concern here, is that that's where it's going to land. Like, if you're really, really hopeful for this game, I remember when we had these conversations about Concord. I'm not saying this game is going to be like Concord. I have to do this because I'll get so misrepresented so often on these things. I am not saying this game is going to be like Concord. I think Bungie has too strong of a pull. They've got too much marketing. They've got too many streamers in their corner for this game to flop like that. However, the conversations really remind me of that. I remember people saying, well, I don't care about the player base. I don't care if there aren't a lot of people playing. And I remember saying, but you should. Like, how is this game going to work if you don't have a lot of people playing it a month or two in. You need people in the funnel. You need people playing. So it's not free to play. It costs money. It's landing very tepid and lukewarm with the public. The like ratios on the gameplay videos are not very good. So to me, I look at it and say, all right, I'll tell you what. Hang on a second. Give me 1 second. I can't multitask. Hang on 1 second. I got to confer with Creature really quickly. It's not a bad thing. Hang on. Kind of overwhelmed. 1 sec. They've not started writing the story 6 months out from release. Just hang on a second. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. I wasn't. It's a good thing. Just we'll just have to continue with the show. Okay, hang on 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay. I need a coffee refill, but I'm emotionally invested right now. I'm so sorry. We'll let you know very soon. Oh, frick. The train's off the tracks. It's fully off the tracks. It just hit the Twitter, so I can't keep it quiet, I guess. They have I've been conferring with Dan Clancy via email at Twitch, and they have reinstated my channel. So, I wasn't sure if it was going to hit the Twitter bot or not. So I'm a little bit in shock. We can't. We'll have to make some obviously we'll have to make some change. I don't even know what to say. It looks like the follower count got reset. So that's kind of unfortunate that they couldn't restore the followers. Maybe the followers will restore over time. I don't know how that works. I can't even read chat. I don't even know what you guys are doing, man. I'm in shock, bro. I'm totally in shock. I did not expect it. It got rejected. They said they weren't going to, and I was like, oh, okay. I expressed in earnest. I said I'm willing to do whatever it takes, to show, some level of reform. I've been on YouTube for 5 years, and I feel like we built a really great product. And so I'm obviously very grateful to Dan Clancy for taking the time to email me and to look into it and to welcome us back. I feel like we've got a really great product and a really great show. We'll obviously change everything. I know I can't believe the VODs are showing up. That's what's crazy. I cannot believe there are VODs. That's insane. That's just insane to me. That there are VODs on the channel. I don't even understand how that's possible. No, we're not gonna leave. We're not gonna leave YouTube. Listen. We're flying by the seat of our pants. I was not expecting this. I really wasn't. I was told that it wasn't gonna happen. And I was obviously pretty devastated. I was initially told you guys have no idea how hard this has been. This has been incredibly hard. There's been so much weight and pressure and internal turmoil. I was told a month ago they would be reinstating the channel, and I was like elated. I was like, it's been so long. I can't wait, to get back over there, to bring our show over there. So I was elated to get it back, and then 3 weeks went by and nothing. So I emailed and I was like, hey, just trying to get a timeline here, because we obviously were worried that this sort of thing would happen. It would just totally take us by surprise, and be very like, we'd be sort of just like, oh no, what are we going to do? And then I was told over the weekend that it would not be happening. I want you to know, you guys need to understand, at the very end of my stream, at the very end of the marathon stream, I got an email saying that they would not be doing it. And I was devastated. I was like, what? I was like, for 3 weeks, I've been thinking that I'm getting it back. And it felt so weighty to be like, when's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? And so I replied and I said, hey, can I ask what changed? I'm really willing to have a conversation about this. Whatever you feel like you need me to do. So I had to do the celebration stream in my backyard, celebrating with you guys, what we've achieved on YouTube, knowing and thinking that I'm not getting it back. Clancy told me to hold tight, though. He said, just hold tight. And I said, okay. I said, all right, I'll be patient. I've been really freaking patient. And I got an email just a little bit ago that said they were processing my appeal again. And I was like, what? So I just kind of ignored it. I thought maybe it's a ghost in the machine. Maybe it's an automated thing. And then all of a sudden I got an email saying I had been reinstated. And I was like, so you guys could tell I was totally rattled. I didn't know what to do. Yeah, we're allowed to co-stream. The plan right now, the plan right now, yes, is to co-stream. We always have to change everything over there, remove the VODs, change the name. We're trying to get the name Reforge Gaming. Somebody snagged it a long time ago. I don't think they're using it. I don't know what the rule is on dormant names. I gotta thank a bunch of you. I have to thank a bunch of you. I did not expect this, man. I'm totally in shock. I don't even know what to feel. It's been such a roller coaster. It's been such a roller coaster, man. Like 3 weeks ago, and he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna reinstate the channel." I was like, I told my wife, I told my kids, I told my friends. I was like, it's been such a long road. It's been so freaking hard. I'm getting it back. Like, my kids were excited. My wife was excited. And so then when I was told over the weekend that they had decided not to, I was devastated. I was like, what? And I just had to put myself back together again and be like, you know what? We'll just keep going. So I celebrated with you guys Saturday night. I recorded a video yesterday. I booted up today. I said, let's just get back to work. I mean, let's just get back to work. So I haven't even logged in to see, yeah, that's fine. Creator dashboard. I don't even know what any of this is. I've not been back here in 5 years. I'm so it's kind of a bummer that they weren't able to it is kind of a bummer that they weren't able to reinstate the follower count. That would have been really, really cool to get that, but I have no memory of this place. Current vid title. Yeah, we need to hang on 1 second. Give me a second. I don't know how to do anything back here. Here we go. Content. I think everything's been unpublished. I thought you had a good ship. I don't even remember past broadcasts. Yeah, it looks like all the past broadcasts are now gone. That's kind of what I wanted anyway. I don't want them there. It looks like it's been rolled back 6 years. The oldest VODs are from like 6 years ago. Yeah, there's no clips. There's highlights. Oh, there's no past broadcasts. Those are all just highlights. Okay. I need my badge, bro. We're going to have to change all of that. I'm so sorry this is so disruptive to the talk show today. If you guys were here hoping for a talk show, I've got to thank so many people. Let me just read through. You guys went insane. You went insane. Mike and Mike says, congrats, mother effer, with a 5 spot. Delta Force is one of the most popular games on Steam and is headed to console. Marathon's biggest competitor. Thank you, Neo Reaper, for the 5 spot. A gifted member. I got to add to the member count here. Let's do this. So a gifted member from Mike on a Mike. A membership renewal from WRB. A 5 spot from Harbinger. Says, hell yeah. A 5 spot from Wooly. Congrats, big dog. This is more than your channel. This is vindication and clearing your name. So proud and chuffed for you. A 5 spot from John Always. Finally a place to spend my prime. Congrats, Confetto. Insomniac Black with a $10 super chat says, cry it out, man. It's well deserved. F the haters. We're so effing back. Hunter with a gifted member as well. Thank you. Charles Hawk with a $5 super chat tip. A $5 super chat tip from Mick D09. Glad you got your channel back, says Charles Hawk. Time to build that generational wealth you were discussing before. A five spot from Catwalk. And Yixels with the 5 spot. This is the right thing to do. I'm glad to see you get yours back. Omar with 36 months gets us to 90. I knew I was saving this 3-year renewal for something good. Congrats, bro. I was hoping that was what you were going to say. 34 months from Bro Sexy gets us to 91. And then, unbelievable, I cannot believe this. I don't even know what to say. A 50 bomb comes in from Insomniac Black. And then a $50 super chat tip from Mile High. F yeah, brother, happy for you. And then a 20 bomb comes in. From Stonespire. Justin with a member plus gets us to 162. And then a 5 spot from Lone Wolf. Congrats, bro. Love you. A $20 super chat from Seraphin. Been watching since Destiny. Big dog. Congrats. Team Messi with a member plus, and that takes us to 163. Savage Sharkbite with a $10 super chat tip says, happy Twitch reinstatement day. Guess I need to reinstall the Twitch app. A $5 super chat from Ashen. A 10 bomb from Ginger. Thank you, Ginger. We don't always see eye to eye, bro, but you've had my back. You've been in my corner the whole time. 8-Bit Pro with $2 super chat tip. FCat jumps back in with a member plus. $20 from Yixels. Bro, I've had your Twitch page on my bookmarks for all this time. I thought I would never get to click it again. So happy. Herder, you're short. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Silu with the $5 super chat. A $20 super chat from Dude with a drum set. Congrats, dude. Blessed is the man who remains steadfast under trial, for when he has stood the test, he will receive the crown of life. I appreciate that very much. Joker Quinn with a gifted member. Hex with the 41-month VIP loan on my man. It's been a long time coming. I'm so dang happy for you and the community. Forward to greatness. And then Awesomeo with 24 months. I'm trying to keep it together, y'all. A $5 super chat tip from Talica. A $20 super chat tip from Joker Quinn. A $50 super chat tip from Kat, who's been with me since we got the... You sent us a housewarming gift, Kat, when we bought the house. It's still upstairs in the living room. Thank you so much. I told the house park story on the stream on Saturday. I had a memory on Facebook from 2017. And my daughter had always called playgrounds for your backyard. She'd always called them house parks because it's a park at your house. And she said, when you're done doing all your hard work, Papa, can you get us a house park? And I got her one. I bought her this house, and it came with one. And we could have easily lost the house if it wouldn't have been for you guys. This is real. This is such a real and raw thing. I'm just saying it, man. We wouldn't be here if you guys wouldn't have just said, hey, We're with you. We're gonna rebuild on YouTube, and we're gonna make it work. We got to keep the house. That was what mattered most at that point. Whew, it's been a 5-year slog, man. And again, just a huge amount of thanks. I'll thank him again when we finally stream over there to Dan Clancy. I was emailing him and his willingness to give people second chances, his willingness to welcome us back to the platform. I know this will probably upset people and invite, more hate and attacks, but we're just going to kind of keep doing what we do, which is, I think, just deliver a really good product to a live audience that likes it. A $10 super chat from Sven. Don't you dare take down my Anthem VODs. Def Driver Gaming with a 2-spot. Kale with 34 months says, congrats. My man Detective Seeds with 34 months. Proud of you, man. Long time coming, and I'm glad you got it back. That gets us to 179. 10-pound from Jaggy tip, and then a VIP renewal gets us to 180, and then a 5-bomb takes us to 185 from Sean. I don't interact much, but you do deserve this. Never doubted it. Much love and respect. Shoot. Hates good commercial. Beats Google ads. I just really want to say it clearly that I have done my absolute best to just put it all behind me and just to focus on the content and to focus on you guys. I hold no grudges. I said this last week. I hold no grudges. I'm not angry at anybody. I had to do a lot of soul searching, a lot of therapy to get to a place where it was like, just let it go. This is your lot. This is the hand you've been dealt. Just, my foolishness and stupid living led to, consequences. We don't need to discuss, the severity of the consequences, right? I worked on myself, I worked on my family, I worked on my marriage, and I worked on my content. That's all I could do. And so I hope others can have a similar attitude and let's just move on. I don't have ill will or anger for anybody. I let all that go. I worked on that, pretty concertedly the last couple of years, both through therapy and through, my own spiritual journey. Fireman with 40 months. I came for the talk show, but this is so much better. Tommy with 41 months. So happy for you and your family. You made it happen. Well done. Took them long enough. Glad to get this channel back, says Drac. Thank you very much. Again, just my whole attitude about this is just grateful and thankful and, excited to be welcomed back. $20 from AOZ. Thank you so much, AOZ. It's all you, Lono. Congrats. $20 from Britt. Congrats. You deserve this. Embrace it. I guess I need to double dip support on Purple. Seriously, though. This is what you meant. The truth will come to fruition, and it is. This isn't the peak. It's more to come. Thank you, Fin Freak. Oh, man, Fin Freak's OG right there. Have I had a chance to tell Madam? She's home. She's upstairs doing homeschool with the kids. I didn't want to disrupt that. Dryadson says, I lost my job last year. I don't make as much as I did, but congrats. Can't support the way I used to. That's okay, man. Take care of you first. A 10 spot from Insomniac Black. I'm going to have to set aside some money to gift members over there. Hug the kiddos for all of us. Integrity will always triumph in the end. We're going to get those kiddos set up for the future. Thank you very much. Super Googly with a super chat. I was secretly hoping the Switch 2 would be super expensive so those who complained about the PS5 Pro could wake up to reality. But it only people now complaining about the Switch 2 selling for $450. You're not even in tune to what's going on, Super Googly. A $2 super chat from Luke Vaders is congrats. Hey, it's Chill Will with 3 months. Congrats, brother. So happy for you. Keep your integrity. Keep pushing forward. Thank you so much. Can I get those stock options now? I mean, we need to be realistic, guys. I mean, we can't have delusions of grandeur. I don't think we're going to suddenly be over there like we once were. But it's a huge. Hang on. Oh, they're just alerting me that I logged in. Yeah, I haven't logged in a really long time. A 12 spot from Light Leap. Unbelievably happy for you. Wow, congrats. Beyond Maloon with a month. I have no idea what's happening as a YouTube sub. No history or context, but congrats, man. I'm touched. You seemingly got some kind of closure. It's been so heavy, bro. Freddie with 48 months. Congrats, you. Keep up the great work. You deserve it. It's been 5 years of hang on, I think Creature's trying to get in. Five spot from Hadigan. I wasn't there during the beginning, but I'm glad to be here to watch the Phoenix rise. 10 gifted members from Ginger, man, just pushing us right over the tippity top. Thank you so much, Ginger. Really. Do you need to get partnered again? It said on the back end I've already done all that. I think you just are monetized. I think. I don't know how that works anymore. We'll figure it out. 33 months from Big Juicer. Hopefully my Twitch bag still exists from the old channel. It's like an OG Fortnite skin. I don't know how any of that's going to work, but we're obviously going to have to go change all of the stuff. We don't go by that anymore. Take a moment to see Madam will still be here. I was going to let her kind of come down and find out on her own. $5 super chat from the Cisco. Look at you go. Happy for you. It was just really heavy. I felt like I was just wound like a drum. And I know I didn't handle everything that well, right? I know I can get snippy and I can get arrogant, and a lot of that is just, me trying to be better and still having, faults and still having, imperfections. And it was so hard not to fall prey to the anger and to get really defensive over the years. And I know I in the process, pissed a lot of people off and it burned bridges. But, I was doing the best I could and want to just continue to be better. And just, yeah. Freddie, thank you for the $20 super chat. It's time for another steak celebration. I'm not watching a while because life's been crazy, says DBS Purge. But wow, what a day. God's good. Thank you so much. Yo, Mr. Chosen. Lono, how do you handle being unjustly accused, your career destroyed overnight, and dogpiled on by an entire community that you loved well? I literally just messaged Creature about that this morning. I was like, I hate how silent we are about this. I very much, don't like, things being said, about me that aren't true, but you can get lost in the weeds of constantly defending yourself. Thank you, Legend, for a five bomb. And I just don't know how fruitful it is to constantly go back and rehash things from 5, sometimes 8 years ago. I just don't know how productive that is. I know who I am now and who I intend to continue to be, and that's all I can do. $5 super chat from Mark Anthony. Let the haters hate, God's on your side. Thank you, Trill, for 34 months. Look at this guy producing pitch tears, but for real, congrats, man. I was here during the Twitch days. Oh, I wasn't here during the Twitch days, but being here for a few years, I know that you were given a raw deal. Thank you. I really just want to continue to say that to me, it's less about that and more about I'm grateful that they're welcoming us back. I feel like we've got a good product. I feel like we have a good show. And I just, again, am appreciative of Dan Clancy taking my emails. I know the dude's got to be crazy busy. I know people are not happy about his outlook about, giving people a second chance. There's disagreement there. And I'm just grateful to be welcomed back. That's, I'm not on a war path. I'm not angry with anybody. I am, guys, there's so many of you here. Holy crap. Take a second and hit the like button. It'll help this video do well later, and the show open is still a really good piece of content for people to watch later. Thank you for Odin Arrow for renewing your member. Now the work begins. Congrats, man. Hell of a redemption story. Following all this time, man, today's a special day. There have been, numerous times throughout the last 5 years that I wanted to quit, but I couldn't because of what I knew I had to do for my family. I stayed in the fight. I stayed in the ring of content creation because content creating feels like a battle. It's hard. So Lomero with 19 months. I'm so happy for you. In the spirit of Easter and how it represents rebirth, I'm glad you made it through the trials. God has great things in store for you. Take a breath and decompress. What's the Twitch channel? We're trying to figure out what name. Again, somebody got the somebody got Reforge Gaming. We're trying to get it, but yeah, Creature's poking around in the channel right now to try to switch everything. So it's going to be a bit of a mess over there for a little bit. He's going to work as fast as he can. We will try to get them to give us the name because they've done that for people before. They have done that for people before. When can we subscribe? I have no idea. I don't know how any of that works. I have no idea how any of that works. Your product is genuinely such high quality. You're clean, intelligent, pursue the facts and honesty. It's a great show, and it's live. In the gamer sphere, which is such a toxic community, you stand tall. Thank you, Maloon. Yes, if you guys are just coming in, we have been reinstated on Twitch. I was told it was not going to be happening, so I was extremely overwhelmed when it hit my email. I basically thought it was over. Yeah, I mean, you can chat. Yeah, I've got to make sure. I'm also probably still like subscribed to people over there. I've got emotes that I can use. I don't even think our emotes are over there. So we'll have to do all that. That's fine. Why are you not live over there? Because we're getting it all set. Been a long road, Lono momentous day. Thank you, Murph Dog. We're gonna do this right. We're gonna do this proper. That's why you said you were not doing great on Saturday night, but felt better after the stream. That's why I said that. Yes. At the very, very end of the marathon stream, I was told that it wouldn't be happening, and it was devastating because for 3 weeks I thought that it was going to be happening. I was told they were going to, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be huge. And then I got told no, they had changed their mind, and I was devastated. So I expressed this sort of willingness to like, listen, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Thank you for the 5 bomb Dodevas, and that gets us to 214. I expressed like, listen, I'm willing to have a conversation about this, whatever I need to do. To get a second chance. And so I had to go live that night with you guys to celebrate. And I had to go live and basically celebrate the milestone we hit on YouTube, and basically just accept the fact that like this is what we're just going to have to do. We're just going to have to do everything we can over here still. Thank you so much, Shiny Red Flag, for gifting a member. And that gets us to 215. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do that, Eugene. I really, really don't want to be over there like, poking the bear like that. The official tweet, after 4 years and 9 months and 1 week. Wow. Bullnim says, just upgraded this morning. Hope everyone's having a great day. Thank you, Bullnim, for that upgrade. That counts as 2, man. It gets us to 217. And a 5 spot from Mr. Polar Bear. They're explaining why Marathon won't be free. 222. Happy for you. We were going to try not to say anything and just continue the show, but then Sven put the tweet in Discord, and I was like, oh, it hit Twitter. It's over. So, the only bummer is that they didn't restore the follower count. Like, I think the same thing happened to Aiden Ross. Like, he got his channel back, and he was reset to 0. I saw people getting their channels back that had all their followers. So I was kind of crossing my fingers. I was like, man, I had like 170,000 people. I don't know if over the course of the next couple of days, maybe they'll do that, because Aiden's Twitch, he got back to 7 million followers, but that literally could be from him just getting the channel back, because he's such a big person. He's such a big person over there. Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of last week or whatever, he got like 2 million followers a day. I don't know if that was them reinstating his followers or if that was just everybody refollowing him. Yeah, I don't want you guys being that way about this. I do not want to be vengeful or angry or any of that. I don't hold any anger or hate or malice in my heart for anybody. 1-8. I need 187's YouTube account. No more bans? No, I don't want any more bans, man. Super Googly says $90 games should be the norm. Thank you, Googly. And then a $5 super chat tip from Insomniac Black. It's hilarious. The same week Bungie takes a crab, you get reinstated. I'm not a religious man, but you got to laugh at that. I don't know if they took a crap. I don't think they I don't think they necessarily did that poorly. But yeah, guys, we don't need to make this about, being nasty or saying anything to anybody. If people decide to go low, we go high. You know, if people decide to go low and complain about this or rage about this or hurl nastiness or falsehood, that's just not something that I think is productive. I think it's just been long enough. Everybody just needs to move on and let bygones be bygones. Like, you think someone was trying to keep you banned and that's why you got the email on Saturday? There was a report that Deserto did that indicated he was getting a lot of pushback from staff about it. Your followers are here? Huh? I see 111 creature. Yeah, we'll do dual streaming. We can do dual streaming now. I've got fiber. They seem to be loading. I think we're just getting followers from here going over. Because you guys are having to go and refollow. Like, nobody had their follower stay. Yeah, you guys are all having to go and refollow. Yeah, nobody's going over and is like already following me. Yeah, I think it literally is like the account has been sort of like reset at some level. The Twitch account right now is just Say No to Rage. Here, I'll just give you guys a link in chat for now. The name's going to change, but if you follow, you'll still be following even after we do the name change. So you can use that link in chat to follow. We just have to decide on a name while we wait. While we wait for them to... Let's see. Username updates can be performed once every 60 days. The update takes effect immediately and it will affect how your followers recognize you. So I'm not going to do it. We have to figure out what we want to do. They can go in. I'm not going to do anything. They can go in and they can change it to whatever they want. That's what's up. Congrats, Lono. Purple, in my opinion, is a better platform for live streamers. Hang on a second. Hey, a new order of Reforge roast. Somebody got a mug and 2 bags of light roast. Wait, what's going on? Where's the email I sent to him? I don't understand. I typed up an email and sent him an email thanking him just a second ago, and now I can't find it. In drafts? How do I get to drafts? I don't know why it wouldn't have sent. That is super weird. Let me check not on my phone. Oh, yeah, my phone's messing up. My phone is 100% messing up. He replied already. Yeah, no, he already replied to me. I thanked him. I literally told him, I said, I cannot express how much this means to me and my family. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like, and I genuinely mean that to Dan Clancy. Like, emailing a CEO like that, I mean, you shoot your shot, right? I mean, he could have just basically told me to go away or just ignored me. So the fact that he took the time to look into it and to talk to me, I just tuned in. What happened? I got my Twitch channel back. We are currently trying to get the username switched. Somebody grabbed Reforge Gaming a couple of years ago. As far as I can tell, it's a dormant account. And it's like, I'm Reforge Gaming everywhere. I'm Reforge Gaming on YouTube, on Twitter, on the TikTok, on Instagram. It's like, if we could have that username, that would be fantastic. So, are you guys over there chatting? I don't see anybody chatting. I see a whole lot of lurkers, but nobody's saying anything. Oh, it's emote only chat. Hang on a second. It's in sub-only mode. Hang on. I don't see sub-only mode. Have to be following for a month? Oh, follower mode 1 month. There's so many things that you can do now that I couldn't do back in the day. All right, try now. It still says subscriber only chat. Hang on. I can't turn that off. It's weird. I can't turn that setting off. We're not, there are no subs. So how do we turn off sub only? Yeah, what's weird is I know for a fact we turned on the sub only mode for that last day. Twitch changed a lot, so you might have to. We change it to sub only and we change it to emotes only. I can't turn off sub only mode because there's no subs. It's still under Say No to Rage. We're trying to yeah, Creature can, and he's a mod. That's probably why. Mod view. Hang on. Whispers, suspicious, unban request predictions, add or remove widgets. I don't know how we turn off sub only mode. We're not a partner anymore. I just changed the settings. Who did this? I did that. I just didn't want it to say what it said originally. I think our chat's going to be borked. Because we don't have subs. I'm not a partner. So, like, it's like baked into the settings of the chat now. It's like I can't turn it off. There is no option to turn it off because there's no option to turn it on. Congratulations, homie. Told you 2025 was your year. Someone go tell SNTR guy to cut his hair. Thank you for the 5 spot. Need a support ticket. Yeah, we're going to need a support ticket because I have absolutely no way of changing that. Like, stream settings. Clips settings, permissions, raids, Yeah, the follower count got reset. That's probably the only bummer about it, is that we don't have like all 170,000 people that are suddenly going to be like, oh, he's back. I don't have the ability to turn that off. Even on the back end, it's not showing me as even having an option of like setting it to where like setting it to where people can talk. Like, I don't have the ability to do that. We're going to have to open up a help ticket. Reset goal for Confetto. Oh, sorry. I wonder if we just go live, if that'll fix it. Like, I wonder if going live will jar it to be like, oh, we can do this. Hang on. Let's try that. Thank you, Paul. Paul found out what the text command was. It was subscribers off. Paul got it. Your idea worked. Sorry, if you were putting that, if you were saying to do that, I am so sorry. Now, as far as yeah, I don't know how we get like remonetized. I don't even know how that works. To be eligible to apply for the partner program, you must meet all three requirements. Stream for 25 hours, stream 12 different days, average 75 viewers. So I probably am going to have to apply or something. How do I do that? I think we should wait and do it if we can get the username. Right? I would say we should wait and see if we can't get the username before applying for partnership. It's saying that we're eligible to apply for partnership. Thank you for the gifted member, Gavin, and then a $5 super chat from DPSH. My man still had the Jesus hair, and I'm glad some of the passive odds are still there. Welcome back, brother. Thank you. And 21 months from Gavin says, I'm behind on the video. Just saw the news. Congrats. Delighted for you. Thank you. Yo, Joker Quinn with a gifted member. Thank you so much. Yeah, we got the purple channel back, Siege. I think primes are changed. What do you mean primes are changed? Lower rate? I'm not worried about all that. Hopefully we maintain our sub-month goal. I'm not sure what you mean, Eugene. We're allowed to say Twitch now. That's right. Yeah, I'm going to wait and see if Dan can help us get the username. I don't want to apply for partnership with that username. That's not... Yeah. I'm just going to wait. We're going to do this the right way. We're going to do this the right way. We've waited this long. We've waited this long. We can... Yeah. Obviously, the stakes are gone. The streaks are gone, but hopefully total months are. Oh, I see what you're saying. Eugene, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you're going to have to go to twitch.tv / say no to rage to find the channel. So, yeah. We can apply for partnership. I'm waiting to get the username. We're kind of stuck because somebody grabbed the username Reforge Gaming a long time ago. So I'm kind of requesting that they losing the followers will be a blessing in disguise. I actually agree with you. Because it's just basically like a fresh start. We're rebuilding. We'll only have people over there that are, obviously we would hope that most of the people over there are primarily just interested in supporting the show and having a good time. That's all I want to be about. That's all I want to be about. And listen, there are people on Twitch that can now, react to my content or talk to me or have me on their show. There's people that can do that now. With yours shortly. Did you really get your Twitch back? Yes. I don't know how to tell you guys how hard this has been. 3 weeks ago, Dan Clancy and I had been emailing. And 3 weeks ago, he told me they would be reinstating the channel. So I was elated, but we kept it quiet. There was no reason to say anything. He told me it was going to take a while. He's like, they got to process some things. He's like, it's going to take a few weeks. Well, I didn't hear anything. So finally, he says, well, they'll get back to you soon. But I had been rejected. My appeal had been rejected. So I thought maybe it was just automated. Maybe they don't know. He gets back to me on Saturday at the very end of my marathon stream, and he said that the plan was to not reinstate, that they had changed their mind. I was obviously pretty devastated. I had been going 3 weeks thinking, oh my gosh, I'm getting it back. So I said, can I ask what changed? I'm open to having a conversation about getting a second chance. Like, what do I need to do? Like, I'm willing to meet you guys in the middle here on this, right? And he told me to just hold tight. And I said, okay. So I didn't reply, I didn't do anything. I just felt kind of like that could be literally him just like basically saying, nothing's going to happen. You just got to hold tight and hope that maybe something does. I didn't know what he meant by that. I thought he's been so kind as a CEO to actually just email me and talk to me. I didn't think he was brushing me off. And then this morning I got an email and it said that they were processing my appeal. And I was like, what? And so I thought, well, maybe it's a ghost in the machine. So all of a sudden it said that I had been reinstated, and then it hit Twitter, that Twitter account, it hit Twitter and everybody figured it out. And I was not ready. I was not prepared. I basically just was like, there's nothing we can do. And so I made a video yesterday. Excuse me. I made a video yesterday and it felt good to make the video. I felt like I kind of had some pep back in my step. I was like, you know, we've gone this long without it. We'll just keep going. Yeah, I can see what you guys are saying over there. What's the channel name? It's currently Say No to Rage. I asked Dan Clancy if we could get the username Reforge Gaming. Currently somebody grabbed that username. So we can't get it. But they grabbed it a long time ago, and I believe they grabbed it just to spite us. So we will not be transferring. No. Guys, just rest assured, we will dual stream. I am not going to abandon what we built over here. We're still going to do our uploads over here. We're still going to do our live streams. We're still going to do our members only content over here, okay? We are absolutely not going to abandon ship and say, "Oh, we're going right back to Twitch." Like, we will obviously stream over there. I look forward to to you guys throwing your support behind me over there. And it's just one more avenue of just trying to kind of like build something that my main focus the last 5 years was just build something and provide for my family. Like, that was all I cared about. So if the name's taken, could you do underscore? We'll just have to kind of wait and see. All right, hang on, 187. Hang on, 187, you dadgum. All right, 187, you're unbanned. How long has that name been taken? For quite a while. They took it a long time ago. They took it when I rebranded, somebody snagged it. So everybody gets unbanned today. Really? Hang on a second. Give me 1 second, chat. Yeah, no, it says it's unavailable. Gambit Zero gifts a member and gets us exactly to 225. Thank you so much, sir. Toss the command link. Yeah, hang on. I'll do that for you. Give me 1 second, guys. And a 5-bomb comes in from Gambit Zero. I know what he's doing. He's getting us to 230. He wants somebody to do the 20 bomb. Yeah, we already have 241 followers over there. Go to moderation, go to followers only. You can set whatever minutes you want. Oh, yeah, I don't care. I mean, it's fine how it is now. Watching you since Destiny days. I'm so over the moon about the good news. God bless you, bro. You deserve this. Thank you. A $5 super chat from Wired Rope. If you want to help with enhanced broadcasting, let me know. You can do 1440 on Twitch. Thank you, Wired Rope. I have Prime. What can I do? We're going to have to reapply for partnership. We qualify, but we're going to have to go through that process. The account got unbanned, but it didn't get like rebuilt. Like my follower account's gone, my partnership's gone, all that's gone, my badges are gone. We're gonna have to rebuild all of that. Thank you, Pathalon Phoenix, for 3 months at a VIP plus. That's 231. So yeah, make you guys go or make sure you follow the account. We'll obviously be rebuilding over there a follower, account. Which oh, I didn't see your super chat. I'm sorry, Lunchi. Where is it? Lunchi, thanks so much for the $5 super chat. You said Purple Gang. Thank you so much, Lunchi. I thought you didn't want to go back. My entire outlook of that platform changed once I saw, how Dan Clancy was talking about things, and so I reached out to him. Thank you for $75 super chat, my man Behemoth. Will you raise your 500 goal now or just have the 500 be both? I don't know what we're going to do there. I would love to. I don't know. I don't want to commit to anything just yet. A $5 super chat from SDO. Is it bad that I'm totally sold on the Switch 2 and Mario World? I need a handheld, and I just can't get excited for the Steam Deck. I will pre-order. Purple versus Red Wars now. Purple will win. Purple goes crazy, dude. Johnny always over there says, doesn't Lono owe us an extra stream on here? Purple, for your live streams is just too big now that we can duo stream. Kick gives you the biggest cut. I didn't like streaming on Kick all that much. Yeah. I didn't like it. It didn't feel like there was opportunity for growth there. I, for one, am anxious about change, but such is life. Discord will never be read again. Now, you're a big time Twitch streamer. Am I fired on Fridays? No. We should be able to do member, like sub-only content over there. We should be able to do that. Like, we should be able to say, like, hey, if you guys would rather support over there, we'll still do it. Like, if like a members only stream with like Madam or something. Yo, Dylan gifts a member and gets us to 232. Thank you so much. We've got another referral order for the soda. Thank you so much, you guys that like Sprecher. They're sending me some stuff. A VIP from Paco. Congrats, Lono, for the reinstatement of your channel. Thank you so much, Paco. And that gets us to 233. Listen, I'm just going to continue to really impress upon you guys. Let's just absolutely, let's take a road that's so high we're touching the clouds, right? There are probably going to be people that are unkind about this. They can choose to do that. That's their choice. Like, if people want to use their platforms, channels, or Twitter or whatever, we are absolutely not taking the low road here. I'm not at all in some sort of a vengeance kick or some sort of an anger kick, or I'm not thumbing my nose at anybody. I'm thrilled and gracious to be welcomed back. And grateful again to Dan Clancy for taking the time to talk to me and to look into it. Will Madam get a show now? I don't know. I don't think I've even had a chance. I don't even know if she knows yet. Hang on. I'm letting some of my close confidants know, my confidants, men that I trust for insight and wisdom. I let them know yesterday what was happening, and I was like, I told them, I was like, I'm just really discouraged. I was like, you know. Oh, gosh. We suddenly have 4,000 followers. What is happening? Is it reinstating the followers now? Oh my gosh, I think it's rebuilding them. Paco with 5 gifted members. Thank you so much. Yeah, the follower count just keeps going up. Oh my gosh. I didn't think they were going to do it. Golly. We're going to wait. We're going to do this right. We're gonna do this right. It's got to be reinstating the followers, dude. The follower count's just going crazy all of a sudden. It's past 6,000. Sort the sub button. I'm trying. I'm waiting. I'm trying to get the name. I'm trying to get the username. If they could free up Reforge Gaming. I don't see you yet. If you're looking for Reforge Gaming, you're not going to find me. Here. We've got a Twitch command. It's Say No to Rage. That's the original account that you got to go follow. When we change the username, you'll still be following it. Hang on, I think Creature's trying to get back in. Yeah, we're gonna play this patient. It's been almost 5 years. Yeah, I'm seeing followers that are hitting that. Yeah, it's got to be just rebuilding. That's not us. Yeah, I know that's not you guys. It's just it just keeps bumping and bumping and bumping and bumping. Okay. Yes, I got my Twitch back. I'll tell you guys the story, multiple times throughout the day. I was told 3 weeks ago that it was going to be reinstated. I emailed Dan Clancy, and he told me that they had decided to reinstate the channel, but it was going to take about 3 weeks. And I was obviously extremely excited. I was like, oh my gosh, it's been so long. And then 3 weeks went by, and I got rejection emails. And I was like, what? I was like, that's kind of weird. I thought maybe they were automated. So I emailed him. And at the very end of the marathon stream on Saturday, he said that they had changed their mind. The plan was to no longer reinstate the channel. So I was devastated. Obviously, at the end of the marathon stream, I tried to hide it, but I was like, I tried to kind of keep it cool. And then I did my celebration stream with you guys that night. I felt better. I got into a good headspace. I just kind of like got back on the horse, and I was like, I made a video yesterday. We went live today, and I felt like morning coffee. I felt like morning coffee was really good. I felt like the morning coffee was good. The show was good. I was like, you know what? Let's just keep doing what we do. We will be okay. And, I told a couple of my friends yesterday that I trust. I was at church, and I told them, I said, I'm really discouraged. I was like, it really hurt to suddenly feel like we were going to get it and then to not get it. And then this morning, Dan Clancy was like, did you get the email yet? And I'm like, yes, I did. Like, all of a sudden, they said they were doing it. And I was like, what? How many followers did you have? We had 170,000 followers. If it's going to reinstate those at about 1,000 a minute, yeah. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I thought we were basically going to have to start over, which I was okay with. But man, for that many people to suddenly realize that I'm back, yeah. All right, give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm going to go tell my wife. All right? I'm going to go tell my wife. You guys hold tight. Hang on. We'll obviously have to kind of like play this by ear. Bring her down. No. All right, give me a second. No, we were at 180K. We were at 180K when I got when I lost or got like canceled or whatever. And so we dropped from 180 to about like 170, I think. I feel like we were at like 170,000 whenever it happened. I told people not to follow yet if they had old follower age. Oh, to like just let it restore their follower age. Thank you, Defside, for the 2 spot. 21 months from Pimp Shrimp. Almost 2 years. Been listening in the background at work. Congrats on getting the channel back. Thank you so much for 21 months. That gets us to 239. Did you guys do anything while I stepped away? Oops, already told her. She didn't seem like she knew. My notes after Green Room today. Talk homie off the ledge. Once off the ledge, tell him to stop being a bit. Wasn't around during the Twitch days, so I'm happy for you. It's... Yeah. It's a big deal. It is. It's been 5 years. It was obviously difficult. It was obviously frustrating. You know, it was all those things. What did Madam say? She was like, it's been a roller coaster. So she pretended to throw up. She was like, like, it's been a roller coaster. I missed the Yixel super chat and mine. All right, hang on 1 second. Let me go to fan funding. Wired Rope with a $5 says, you have to go live on the account even if it's for like 10 minutes so the followers know. Well, let's wait for all the followers to hit. And then Yixel's got to get some sleep, but happy for you, bro. Take care and ride this high. Keep doing your thing. See you. Thank you, Yixels. And then Gambit Zero gifts a member and gets us exactly 10 members away from 250. Creature, should we retweet that ban account? And the 10 bomb comes in from Gambit Zero. Like, or should we wait or not draw any attention to the ban Twitter account? I don't know exactly what our approach here is. Do not tweet anything. That was kind of my standing thought, was like, there's no need. Nothing right now. Okay. That was what I thought. Going to be an interesting week. Oh, the schedule. Hang on. The schedule. Where do I even manage that? It says Destiny 2 and Valorant. Destiny 2 and Valorant. I don't even know where that is. I don't know how to do anything over here. I really don't. I don't know how to do anything. It's all super unfamiliar to me. Stream manager. I'm looking for schedule, and I don't know where it would be. You're cleaning the clips. Yeah, clean all the clips out of there. That's totally fine. Do I edit the schedule right there? Oh, right here. Edit schedule. Got it. All right, there we go. Okay. Okay, you can't change your display name until you actually get a new username. So we're just sort of at the mercy. We're just sort of at the mercy of hearing back from Clancy at this point to try to get the username. He's very busy, so we may be kind of in a holding pattern. It's at 21K. Oh my gosh. Is our chat history on the channel, if you click on people's names, who would have been somebody that would have chat history? Yeah, you've got Nova Hands has 99 messages. Those can't all be from over 1,000 messages. Yeah, Nova Hands. Lono, I thought you were saying I.O. all along. My bad. Question. Hey, Lono, what do you hope to see from the seasonal content beginning in September? Just put a question mark at the end of my statement. Problem solved. Like, yeah, your guys' chat logs are all there. Yeah, Fuzzy, if I click on your name, 99 plus messages. No mod actions, no mod comments. You've been following since an hour ago. It's unfortunate that'll be something that you guys lost. Those of you that like dogpiled over there. Yeah, the follower until thing's going to be funny because you're going to have chat log history that goes back like super far. Small price to pay. Yeah, whether or not you guys stay on YouTube or Twitch, you guys can watch wherever you think is best. You know, obviously we'll, you know, obviously we will do what we can to make sure that the user experience is pristine on both platforms. Like if you're watching here or if you're watching there, you know, that to me is always the biggest and most important thing is always making sure that you guys have a good experience wherever you watch. So with doing dual streaming like that, I'm going to ensure that like the chat experience is great, the video quality is great. I don't think Twitch does AV1 just yet. So we'll have to kind of see. I will be, check this history. Is that Eugene? Yeah, Eugene, you have over 1,000. It's 9999 plus, it says. Yeah, the last time you were talking, Eugene, it looks like it was June 19th. Holy F, Tilu 2 is amazing. You may need to break out the Advil, Lono. I played 3 hours and I couldn't sleep because I wanted more. That's you, Eugene. A $5 super chat from PG Creamy. Is this the waiting room for the Reforge Twitch return? Also, congrats. Also, reset the chat goal, you jerk. Thank you. I will reset the chat goal. I'm a jerk. Let us know who gives you a better split. YouTube does better split. Yeah, YouTube does better split. YouTube 70-30. Unless I can get back my 70-30 split that I had with Twitch. I don't think that they would do that, but hey. We can always ask. You weren't going to play it because it's 30 FPS. Oh, that's right. That's why you said the thing about the Advil. We're at like 30,000 followers. Sorry, I was sending an email. Like if we can't get the username, I need to know that. If it's not even possible, we're wasting our time waiting. We'll pick something else and then we'll just, Riri. Hang on a second. Wait, hang on. That's fine. Go ahead. Wait, hang on, creature, hang on. All right, it's now it's Reforge Gaming TV for now. Okay. Okay. I still think we should have waited because the followers are still being rebuilt, but... won't affect it. Hopefully not. Yeah, it's a database call, but it's a database call associated with that username. Oh, it just jumped by 1,000. It's probably fine. Insomniac Black with $5 super chat tip. I have one request. When you get the email back saying whether or not you get monetized, can you read it live? Same account, different name is all. Yo, Chevy, I think you followed me on Twitter just today. I feel like I remember you from the Twitch days. Or maybe you followed me on the account. No. Yeah. TML Chevy. Why do I remember you? TML Chevy was my old name. You got your Twitch back? We got it back, Vapor. Yeah. It's still rebuilding the followers. Okay, we're good. Okay. So yeah, it's twitch.tv/Reforge Gaming TV. We're just gonna do that for now. No, not streamer Chevy. I don't think it's Chevy like. I don't think it's Chevy that like ran with Glad and the boys. I think it's a different Chevy. Go to the channel. Okay. You had long hair. Yeah. Does Glad still exist? I don't actually know. I think he still streams, doesn't he? All right, I'm going to apply for partnership now. Well, let's just wait. Should we wait until the end of the day once the user count's been totally... I feel like we should wait. Let's wait to apply until like it's done rebuilding the follower count. And then we'll apply for partnership. Yeah. I say we wait. Let's let the rebuild complete. And we'll hit that reapply button. What about long hair? Well, the good news is we didn't get a single email about... Huh? Did somebody just tip me $2 over there? Did somebody tip me $2? Yo, Wolvie, we got it, bud. We got it back. It's my man from way back. You dadgum son of a gun. We got to edit those panels, Creature. Are you working on that right now? I think somebody sent a tip with the tab. You go to the About tab. There's a subscribe. Hang on. I tell you what, I'm just going to remove the tab. I'm just going to remove the ones that are there. There we go. There was a sub button. I'm sorry. There was a donate button under the About tab, like where like it had like the banners. Yeah, the spring tea and all that. That's all. That's all old. That's all old. You had like 1 million commands. 40K in 2 hours. That's crazy. It's rebuilding my follower count. Twitch chat gone. I see it. I'm looking at it right now. How can I see my chat log? I don't know if you can see your own. You logged off and you can't get it back. Make sure you're at the right URL. Yeah, you guys are over here sending tips through PayPal. Stop it. Yeah, make sure you're at the right URL. We switched it from Say No to Rage. It's going to be, right now, temporarily, it's twitch.tv/Reforge Gaming TV. We're trying to get the username Reforge Gaming, but for now, I just wanted to get like an actual non-Say No to Rage username. And you guys are all sending $2 tips through PayPal. Stop it. Stop. You're welcome, mother effer. Yeah, make sure you're at the right URL. We changed the username, which might have broke it if you were just in your browser. Stream title, Truth with Significant Evidence. We are so effing back. Link work? Okay, good. Good. Yep. Yeah, it's slowly rebuilding the follower count. We started with 0. We're now at 40,000. Why you guys are so stupid. This is exciting, brother, no lie. Incredible Black. It has been such a journey because 3 weeks ago, I was told that they were reinstating the channel. And I couldn't say anything to you guys. So for 3 weeks, it was just like this tense, checking my email, and I kept checking that Twitter feed. I'm like, any minute now they could do it, and I'm going to be totally blindsided. 10 minutes were left, maybe 5 minutes were left in my marathon stream on Saturday, and Dan Clancy and I had been emailing back and forth about it, and Dan Clancy had indicated that the plan had changed and they would not be reinstating the channel. I was devastated, and I was like, can I ask what changed? You know, what do I need to do to get a second chance? I'm willing to have a convo. And he told me to hold tight. So I wasn't sure what hold tight meant. Did hold tight mean, you're just going to have to wait and be patient? This may never happen. Or was it like a hold tight, I'm going to look into this kind of a thing. And then this morning, I'm sitting here streaming, and I get an email that says they're evaluating my appeal. And I'm like, what? And I'm thinking to myself, don't think about it. Just keep streaming, keep doing your thing. And it could be a ghost in the machine, right? And then all of a sudden I get an email that says I've been reinstated, and I'm in shock. I log in, I see I've been reinstated. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can log into Twitch. And so I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I DM Creature. Creature's like, don't say anything. I'm like, okay, we're just going to keep the show going. Chat can tell something's going on. I'm like, it's good, guys. It's good. Don't worry. But I'm like shaking. I'm literally shaking. And then the Twitter hits, and Sven puts it in the Discord. And I'm like, it's over. Oh, you got a split screen logo shirt, Sven? You are nuts. I don't even know where that money's going to go. Yeah, and then I started crying. OGDSB, thanks for the membership renewal on a Member Plus. I owe you guys like 20 members. I'm going to do that now. I'm going to do that now that it's calmed down. Is the test t-shirt back? Congratulations, Lona. You deserve the Phoenix has risen in time for Easter. I got to see the defeat on your face when everything went down that live stream years ago. To see the elation today, to have it restored and come full circle was really cool to be a part of. I couldn't even string sentences together. I couldn't. Yeah, Light Leap got the test t-shirt. I could not string sentences together. It was like I was in shock. I was legitimately in shock. The tweet has 19,000 views already. I'm actually hoping that tweet doesn't go too crazy. I don't really feel like getting a bunch of negative attention. So 10 spot from OGDSB. Congrats on getting the channel back, my guy. Long road, but you made it. Thank you so much. Most of the replies to the tweet seem to be positive. I didn't see a single nasty reply on the stream ban tweet. What tweeted it out? There's a streamer bans account that automatically tweets when someone gets banned or unbanned. Yeah, we just hit 42,000 followers. It's just slowly rebuilding the follower list. Just slowly but surely rebuilding the follower list. Did we get long hair back? You got the channel back? I did. I didn't think I was going to. I did not think I was going to. I was told 3 weeks ago I was getting it, and then on Saturday I was told they had changed plans, and I was devastated. I was like, oh my gosh, like, to have that hope. Takes to green room. I think it's fine to. I think we're okay to be in the public right now. Yeah, I think we're okay to be in the public. Congrats. Thank you, Soul Train. Wear a wig the first time you come back. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Just wear a wig. You only need about 5 or 10% of those people to watch, and you'll be sitting good. I'm actually going to be very interested in where we land over there in a couple of weeks once the dust settles and the excitement settles. Like, I think we've got a great product. I think that the Reforge Gaming Variety Gaming Talk Show is great. I think it's high quality. I think our gameplay streams are also very good. I'm very, very interested to see how that all lands over there. Like, will there be an audience for it? Will we grow? Will we largely just be like double dipping with you guys? Those are a lot of questions that I have. So the Mr. Destiny intro is so epic. Well, we will not be bringing back any of that stuff. Listen, I'm going to continue to say this, and I really hope you guys catch the vision. it was, I don't know what year it was. I think it was sometime in 2023, 2024. I had just done a lot of soul searching, a lot of reading. I read a book on, forgiveness, and I just let go of all of it and did everything I could to not hold vengeance or anger or hate or frustration in my heart, and just said, this is the path I'm on now. Let's just do the best we can. I'm going to give every day, the excellence that it deserves. Now, obviously, we've gotten in spats with people here and there on YouTube over, consoles, but nothing major. I feel like, we largely just sort of moved into a position where it was like, I didn't want to hold on to that. I didn't want to hold on to the past. So I don't have any ill will towards anybody. I'm not holding any anger or malice in my heart for anybody, and I hope they can feel the same and just sort of move on. It's been 5 years. It's time for it's time for us just to live our lives. It's been so long since I've interacted with a lot of those people. I don't really know them personally. They don't know me personally, and I'm happy to just make content for people that want it and provide for my family. That's all I really want to do. So I need us to take the highest of roads possible. We just need to stay on the straight and narrow, stay on the high road. I don't want to see anybody out there being nasty on my account. That's not what this is about. Yeah. Thank you, 187. Congrats. Thank you. No, I'm good. We're just kind of waiting. It's rebuilding. It's to 55,000 followers now. I now have more followers on Twitch than I do subs on YouTube, so that's fun. Can be given back pretty easily. I appreciate it. I appreciate the welcome back. Yeah. No, there's no reason to take the high road and spit over the side. There just isn't. That's my hope and my goal, is that other folks can kind of see a similar, I hope people can see things similarly and just sort of, let's just move on. Let's just move forward. Not trying to rehash anything, not trying to get into spats with people. That is absolutely not a goal or an aspiration that I have. It'll be 200K. I don't think it's going to get to 200K. I don't think so. There will probably be people over the next 7 days or so that get a little chingering and a little pingering that I'm streaming, and they will say, I don't want to see this, and they will unfollow, and that is okay. That is fine. I understand that there are folks who they think things about me that only time, and maybe, they watch the show and give me a shot and see, that maybe I'm not what they think I am, that's the only thing I can hope, is that people will look for themselves and, just watch me. That would be what I invite people to do. I've been on YouTube for 5 years, and I just ask that you watch me. Watch me, watch the content, watch me interact with my family and my wife, and I just trust that all speaks for itself. I think that'll all speak for itself. I don't think that I need to defend myself. I don't think we need to go into a combative or defensive position. I just think we let the content and the, how I carry myself and how I carry the content, let that just speak for itself. Sound like something fell upstairs. So how about that Marathon game, huh? Twitch has audio only mode. Yeah, I mean, the Marathon discussion we were having before this all happened, the Marathon discussion we were having, I was essentially saying that I'm worried that the game will fall into a bit of a valley. As in, what I was talking about was if you don't want to try to make a game for everybody. If you try to make a game for everybody, it's a game for nobody. I firmly agree with that. So who are you niching towards, right? And if you niche, you end up with like a seesaw. Like all these guys over here that really like these types of games, they'll rally around it and nobody else will like it, okay? I'm worried they won't even get a seesaw treatment. They'll just get a valley where the hardcore extraction guys are going to be kind of meh towards it. They kind of already have games they like to play. This game doesn't seem to be bringing anything that innovative or fresh. It seems sort of bland and derivative and uninspired. And then it's also not going to appeal to like the casuals and the console casuals that are going to be like, yeah, I don't really like this. I feel like it's going to kind of land in that valley where it doesn't really carve out a strong foothold with anybody. Sorry. So yeah, that's what I was saying before we got disrupted. So my Twitch is Reforge Gaming TV. You got to go to twitch.tv/Reforge Gaming TV. You can use the Twitch command in chat. Going to be a tough sell. It's a $40 seemingly somewhat generic game. I'm not trying to be hateful. I didn't see anything significant. What did I miss? Well, the big news of the day, Brooklyn, that disrupted the entire show was that I got my Twitch channel back. And there's a Twitch command if you want to go over there and follow it. It's currently rebuilding. It's currently rebuilding the follower base right now. It's at 71,000 followers. And that's good, right? Yes. Yes. It's been 5 years of hoping I'd be able to get it back. Yes. 4 years and 9 months or whatever. Yeah. If you never unfollow, just leave it. Yeah, if you guys never unfollowed the account, just leave it. It'll restore your follow, and then you'll have a follower date. Yeah. I don't know if anybody's actually going to have that, though, because everybody rushed over to refollow. Odd thing is they're dropping in September when they haven't even done an alpha yet. Yeah. You refollowed and screwed your date. It's okay. I mean, we're hoping once it restores all the followers, we'll reapply for partnership. We'll get that sub button going, and then you guys can get your sub streaks. That'll matter more. Yeah, they're doing a closed alpha right now. I don't see a hook. Sorry, somebody asked Grok about the situation, so I was reading it. I don't see a hook. I don't see a strong draw. I really, really felt like it was I don't know. It seemed like a very tepid showing. It didn't come across that strong. It didn't seem like something that they've been building for 6 years. It really didn't. It seems very much a minimum viable product, you know? It really, really does feel that way. So, I think that's going to be a tough sell. I really, really do. I think it's going to be a tough sell because you've got guys that are already playing extraction games that like them. Is this going to be strong enough to pull them away? And like this becomes their game. There are people that are on the fence. There are people that don't like the idea. Are any of them going to be convinced? I just don't see it. Zubair says, should we stop saying they've been working on this game for 5 years when it seems clear they've been making this version of the game for a year? Yes. Well, I can confirm for you, I got my 2016 follow date back on Twitch. Even though you refollowed SOB, or did you just wait and it refollowed for you? Did it restore your follow date, or did it refollow for you? I think they lost serious points by going with a handful of pre-selected characters with minimal customization as opposed to a single fully customizable character. I refollowed today, then unfollowed hoping it would restore my original date, and it did. Well, you got lucky. You guys, if you want your follow dates to be correct, you could try and unfollow right now and see if by the end of the day it restores your follow and then you've got the appropriate date. You could try that. There's no reason to stay followed right now. You can always refollow tomorrow. You're at 80K. When they took the channel down, I had 170,000 followers, Brooklyn. I was a pretty sizable streamer over there. Yeah, we had around 6,000 subscribers. Those are the people like paying or gifted. Yeah. I don't know if we're going to get back to that, but we'll see. Fortnite joined Team Deathmatch. Fortnite and Bungie. Feels not good. On its way to 100K. Random X user did mention you and this person about 45 minutes ago. I would expect the news to circulate soon. Hopefully they'll have open hearts and minds. I mean this. I have no ill will towards anybody. I really, really don't. And I've said this for years. I'm not just saying this today. I've said this for years. You know, I was happy to move on, and you know, not ever be back over there, right? There was a long time assumption that, like, you know, I would just be a YouTube guy, you know, and I just accepted that. So, oh, FinFreak says, I got my 2016 follow date as well by unfollowing. Nice. Yeah, I would just unfollow and wait and let it do its thing. If you don't get your follower date back, that's a shame. Hopefully you guys will have your month streaks. There's a new post on the Livestream Fails Reddit about your unban. I'm anticipating that we'll probably have some people that'll be, you know, nasty, unkind, or angry about it. You know, there's nothing I can do really to convince people to think differently about me other than to hope that they, again, check out the channel, you know, watch me, watch my interaction with my family and my wife and my community, and, you know, a lot of what people think about me, you know, is not accurate or true. It's not a representation of who I am, and I can't go on a campaign mission to change people's minds. All I can do is control what I can control, which is my content, my life, you know, how I'm involved with my community, my kids, my family, my friends. Like, those are all things that, you know, for the last 5 years, most people don't know anything about because a lot of them, you know, haven't interacted with me in that way. And so, you know, The new channel name is Reforge Gaming TV. Twitch.tv/Reforge Gaming TV. So we are trying to get the regular username. We're looking into that rather than wait and then maybe never get it. We just decided to go with a name that we could live with if we have to. PWH now with 21 months and a member plus. Are you back on Purple? If so, congrats. Yes, for those of you that missed the announcement, they have reinstated the channel. Bot seems broken. We don't have a bot over there. Yeah. Hang on. I probably can tell Nightbot to join. Can't I have this same Nightbot join another... Can I have the same bot that's on YouTube also join the Twitch? Isn't there a way of doing that? I don't know how to do that. I'm so bad about this stuff. Connections. No connections. Congrats. Well deserved. Thank you. I feel like there's a way to do that. I thought there was a way to tell the same Nightbot. You know what I mean? That was the secret. Clancy was just holding out to get your reverse ribeye recipe. That was the terms. You don't seem that excited. Am I tripping? It's really overwhelming, Brooklyn. Like, I fell apart on stream earlier when the news hit. I'm very numb. I'm very spinning. I was told 3 weeks ago that I was getting a reinstatement. I was told Saturday at the end of my marathon stream in an email that they had changed their mind and I would not be being reinstated. So I was devastated. I went 3 weeks thinking it's finally happening. I'm finally getting it back, to then being told I'm not, to being told to hold tight. So I had to celebrate with my members on Friday night in my backyard thinking I'm never getting it back. It's over. After thinking for 3 weeks that I was getting it, to then finding out this morning randomly while I'm streaming that I'm getting it back. Like, it's just been such a roller coaster. Like, my wife, when I told her upstairs, she pretended to throw up because it's been such a roller coaster for me and for my family. Like, that was one of the things I don't know if people ever kind of realize, like, when they would, even after it happened, and I was just kind of doing my thing on YouTube, when people would go out of their way to, you know, stoke the fires again and say nasty things about me. And it was just like, man, that's just unkind, you know, to do to me and my wife and my family. Like, I've moved on, you know, and I would like to continue to do that with you guys and anybody else who's willing to support. Think it was a test? Homie, I don't know. I really don't know, man. You better not take down this VOD. I will not be taking down this VOD. Do not worry. Let me see. There's got to be I swear there's a way to do that. Connect Nightbot to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Oh, you got to do it. It's separate. Yeah, it's separate. You have to, like, log in. I'll have to, like, log in with my Twitch. Authorize Nightbot to join. Go in here to my commands. Oh my gosh. All my old commands are in here. Jiminy Christmas. Yeah, we'll have to, all the old commands are in there, dude. I can't believe it. I can't believe everything is still there. Oscar with 48 months. I'm happy for you and your family. It's beautiful to see this way long after 5 years. Congrats, my friend. Thank you so much. And that takes the member count to 253. I greatly appreciate it. And $1 from Def Driver Gaming. Thank you so much, Def Driver. There are no VODs on Twitch. There's just some highlights. Yeah. There are no VODs. There's just some highlights. Grubby, you already counted me just doing this to get rid of it for the next month. Okay, thank you so much, Grubby. Congrats on getting your Twitch account back. Hopefully you'll have it all back soon. Love you and your stuff. Thank you. What are their data retention policies over there? Well, no. Nightbot remembers all of the Twitch commands. Like, I logged in to Nightbot and they're all there. Yeah, if you guys want to get your ban revoked over there, if you're banned over there for some reason, just do a ban removal request. So, and let people know over there. Hang on. Let's see. Are they working? Yeah, I don't know if Nightbot's over there just yet. Yeah, Nightbot doesn't seem to be doing anything. Risik with the $5 super chat says, congratulations. Is the content going to change or stay the same? And can we join in on the I Told You So stream? Content will not change. We are only going to change, where it hits, as far as like we will do multi-streaming. Yeah, we will do multi-streaming. So we'll be streaming here and on Twitch at the exact same time. Because I want you guys to be able to watch wherever you think is best. I want you to be able to support wherever you think is best. But the show itself will remain the same. Do we still have the no command? I don't know. I reconnected it. Nightbot says it's connected to Reforge Gaming TV. But he's not over there saying anything. Maybe we have to mod him again. Nightbot is already a moderator in this channel. It might take a second for him to show up. I don't know. Yeah, we're about to hit 100,000 followers over there. Just bonkers. What if the view count here gets too low because the core audience moves to Twitch? Will this harm your YouTube channel if a bunch of us switch to watching on Twitch? I don't know. I think our main growth engine on YouTube is uploads primarily. So if you guys continue to support the uploads, continue to, engage with... Yeah, Twitch is restoring the followers. I wouldn't worry about that. Did we hit 100K? We hit 100K. I wouldn't worry about that, boys. What I would say is, watch and support wherever is best for you. It's on us to figure out the particulars of the business. That's not something that you're responsible for. Creature and I will handle that. That's on our shoulders to think and to strategize. And if the live audience on YouTube has a noticeable dip because a bunch of you decide to watch on Twitch, that's something we'll just monitor and we'll just continue to pay attention to. I don't think we're going to be reactionary. We're not going to be reactionary. We're going to consider this an additive extension of the brand and our content. You know, and we'll obviously stream over there and express for the umpteenth time. I'm going to continue to express my thanks to Dan Clancy, for taking the time to email me and taking the time to look into it. Yes, I told Madam. The Marathon IP was interesting. Why they turned it into brightly colored DEI mess? Why do you think that? Do you have a single piece of their content, broadcast, artwork to indicate that? I don't know what you're talking about. What name are you going to go with? Right now, we have Reforge Gaming TV. So you go to twitch.tv/Reforge Gaming TV. We're hoping to get Reforge Gaming. I asked Dan Clancy, to look into it to see if we could get it. It's a dormant account that someone snagged to spite us a super long time ago. So yeah. The androgynous characters and art styles reminiscent of Concord. I don't know if I would put them on the level of Concord. Concord didn't just have androgynous characters. Concord had characters that looked unappealing and frumpy. There's a difference. Also, the context makes a little bit more sense. It's like a manned drone that you're piloting. It's not a person, right? It's a cybernetic. Looking forward to the future for your channel. Thank you, Ruthless Blaxican. Do you see what I'm saying? Like the Concord characters were really unappealing and frumpy. Marathon, they just look like cybernetic, it's like Kojima meets freaking Kojima meets Cyberpunk is what it kind of is reminiscent of. You know what I mean? I don't see the same thing. I don't see the same they're trying to make it look I don't know. They're trying to go the whole... I'm not quite sure how to phrase it. They definitely look interesting. I don't think they look ugly, if that makes sense. No. What are you doing, Mama?
I was just making sure you're okay before we leave.
No, I'm fine. Yeah, we're good. It's the... No, stop it. You behave yourself. I've got 112,000 followers over there. Stop it, Mama. I'm fine. You can go, yes. I'm stable. I'm good. She's checking in.
Who's in chat?
Everybody.
Oh, you're normal.
Oh, yeah, everybody's here. I'm good. I'm good. Creature's got me. I've got my community team as well. We're good. A $20 super chat from PWH Down. Congrats again, Lono. I've been rocking with you almost 2 years now and know all about what happened. Super happy for you and your family. Also, more work for Creature, which will make him grumpy, and that's a plus. Yeah, closed. So now we get dumped. No. Listen to me, y'all. We are not abandoning the YouTube channel. We are not. This is going to be additive. We are going to multi-stream. If you prefer to watch on YouTube, if you've helped us get where we are today, I am not going to dishonor that. There's absolutely no way I would do that. No way at all that I would do that. No. I don't think Nightbot is going to officially show up until yeah, I don't think Nightbot is going to show up until we get like an actual live stream going. I think we need to literally be live over there for Nightbot to actually like get kicked into gear over there. So 26 months from Brian M. Just heard, was watching late just to correct the manly amount of tears. Awesome for you and your viewers. Oh, just the correct amount of manly tears. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. Did you join it to your Twitch account from Nightbot dashboard? Yeah, I literally logged into the Nightbot dashboard, and it says, "Good afternoon, Reforge Gaming TV," and it has top commands, top chatters, all this stuff. It's like it's there, but it's not. I wonder if I can disconnect it and reconnect it. I wonder if I need to do that. And a 20 bomb from Detonator to celebrate and gets us all the way to 273, 2 away from the next milestone. Jiminy Christmas. Homeboy says, I just found you on Twitch, 109,000. Got emotional for a second, ain't gonna lie. Oh, I cried like a baby. It's at 120,000 now. Is your partner status reinstated? We're gonna have to reapply. I think we'll get approved because of the size of the account and the viewership that we'll automatically have. I don't think they're gonna, I certainly hope they're not going to withhold that. Here, I'm gonna have him leave the channel, and then I'm gonna have him join the channel. Let's see if that did it. I don't know. Hey, Nightbot's back. We're gonna have to clear all those commands, dude. There's so many old commands. Hey, that did the trick. Wait, Nightbot has a badge? 109-month subscriber? They've been a subscriber to me for 9 years. Yeah, I have a 109-month subscriber badge. Wait. How do we have badges? Can you guys become subs over there now? $20 super chat tip from Sneaky Wolf. Do yourself a favor and pour yourself a drink. Congrats. Thank you so much for the 20 spot. Yeah, we gave Nightbot one of our lifetime subs. Yeah, that was something you could do the minute you start. So I don't know why. That's crazy that me and Nightbot have badges as if I'm a partner. Thank you, Stone Spire, for the gifted member. I think I know what Stone Spire is going to do. He's going to do 2 here to get us to 275. I'm just going to mark it. How do I see my join date? I think you like click on your name, don't you, in chat? If you guys are worried about your follow date, you want to unfollow and wait and see if it restores your follow. Yeah, a lot of the clips are probably gone. Yeah, a lot of the clips are gone. There's commands for clips and stuff that aren't going to work because they're too old. Okay. Yeah, we might not have to reapply. That is true. We might just get everything reinstated. Like, did they do that for, Yeah, they did that for Aiden Ross. He's partnered again. I don't think he had to apply. I think it just reinstated it. Yeah, we'll see. What a day, chat. What a dadgum day. Y'all know that we're getting right back to work. Y'all know that, right? Like, you unfollowed twice now. I would just leave yourself unfollowed lightly. Just let it run for the rest of the day. Just let it run and see if you don't get restored. Because it's still only at 132,000 followers. It's got another 30 or 40,000 followers to restore. Can't tune in every day, but something told me to tune in today, so pumped for you. Thank you. Lono, if you grab some bourbon, I'll drop a 20 bomb right now. Try me. Seriously? This calls for rabbit hole. Give me 1 second, Sneaky. We're not having a bunch. Come on now. We have a lot of work to do, so we're having the teeniest bit, okay? The teeniest bit. We've got to work today, boys. We got to work today. All right? But it does call for it. All right? So, obviously, this would not have been possible without my wife and my family supporting me and just staying behind me and having my back. But it also wouldn't be possible without Creature. Creature stepped in and said, look, man, I can help you. And we spent the last 5 years trying to build something that was, high quality, high value. And I believe that we have succeeded in doing that. And we also could not have done it without you guys. Eknor changed the fabric of this community when he started gifting like crazy. And then others picked up the mantle like Online MVP, Javier Cotto, Ghost in the Garage Gaming, YouTube Lurker. And now most recently, MASH has just been an absolute champion, along with help from people like Rissick and Behemoth, just going crazy with big member bombs. Pathalon Phoenix has been big lately as well with gifted member bombs. We'd have never made it. So, this is to everybody. Everybody that I just mentioned and more, and as well to everybody else in the future. So, pour one out for Eknor. He's a large reason why we're still here. He really is. And Charles Freeman for keeping me stocked with only the best. Charles Freeman. I got some people to thank. Thank you for the 20 bomb. He's a man to his word. Sneaky Wolf drops a 20 bomb and gets it to 295. Oh my gosh. Let me look at these super chats. Did I miss a super chat? Somebody's talking like I missed their super chat. I see Von Raz's, but I don't see any others that I missed. I'm getting emotional watching all your old videos. I'm so happy for you and your family. Thank you, Von Raz, for that. Hang on. I will gift a member. We're going to reset the super chat goal. And P-Dub H-Town's going to round us out to 300 with a 5 bomb. Thank you, sir. And he's going to do an Agent of Chaos and push us past 300 to 301. Yeah. Yeah, it's at 140,000. It's going to keep going. A member VIP from Detonator says, congrats. Thank you very much. That bumps the line to 302. Okay, I tell you what we need to do here. Hang on one second. You got your original follow date back, Jake? Yes. Yes. Did you have to unfollow to get it? Hang on. Okay. You did. Okay, yeah. Yeah, guys, just your only shot of getting your follower date restored is you're going to have to unfollow and just trust. If you can't get it, I'm sorry. It is a bit of a wild ride that it's even doing what it's doing. So okay. How do you see follow date? I think you click on your name when you're in my chat. I think that's how you do it. We'll have to do a lot of command deleting. You can do creature if anybody's using a if anybody is using a command that's broken, you can do ! del com delete command del com DELCOM, and then just type the command that's bad, and then Nightbot will delete it. So you can do that kind of as we see people using commands that aren't working. And just delete them sort of on the fly. You're here. Thank you, Charles Freeman, again, dude. Seriously, man. It's been a long road, and we're still going. We're not done, not by a long shot, and we're not done, not by a long shot. We still got more work to do. Let me set this up here. Save that. A 5-spot from Banshee says, congrats on getting the channel back. I've been reminiscing about the day you banned me from your chat on Twitch. Good times. Cheers. Thanks so much, Banshee. All right, that's all set. I think the thing I'm almost kind of curious about, I'm a bit of a puppy and a bit of a people pleaser. So I'm wondering if there'll be content creators that reach out and shake the hand, or if it'll just be an eternal sort of we want nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? Not that I need it, but it would just be interesting to see if there are people that decide to be, kind and all of that. We'd go back and forth, but I never did get the ban hammer on Twitch. Congratulations. You got your follow back from 2019 when I followed from before, but oh well. Yeah, sorry. Kiss the ring. I'm not making anybody kiss the ring, dude. I've always said this. I am 100% in favor of reconciliation, and I've always been in favor of that. I've been a supporter of that. I've experienced it in my own life, and to withhold that from others would be wrong. I will not withhold that from others. I just won't. I believe in putting things behind you. Is Reforge Gaming taken? Oh, whew. My head's spinning, y'all. My head is definitely spinning. So. It's the rabbit hole. Take another. There you go. Tagged you in Discord. Congrats, dude. Super happy for you, says El Duderino. I had a hell of a night. Daughter's in the hospital with a viral infection. So, what a moment for this to be going on. Your show has always been there for my morning, so I appreciate it. Hoping everyone can send prayers for her. I will definitely pray for her, bro. That is so scary. When my kids don't feel good, it makes my chest, tight. I can't take it. Even if it's they're puking or something. I can't freaking take it, bro. It's so overwhelming when they're not feeling well, or you got to take them to the hospital or something. Matt Baggs with 40 months. Absolutely ecstatic for you, Lono. Thank you so much, Matt Baggs. That adds to the count. It takes us to 303. You've had 1 hour of sleep. Yeah, you just feel you don't feel like a human being when you go through it. It's freaking terrible. It really is. Icked Gang with 18 months. Congrats. Started watching during Cade 6 Spicy Ramen Quest. Bungie baited us with. I remember that. Can't wait to do a Reforged raid and help out folks who stayed true to Lono. Over there? John, I don't think there's anybody that we could do that with, at least in the early stages. I don't think if 30 streams over there, he'd be the only one. 30 and still gaming would be the only one, bro. Oh, and Ginger Prime. Yeah, if Ginger streams over there or 30's over there. Obviously, people like Doc Dark and others who we're now friends with that stream over there, yeah, we would give them love. Yeah. Head is spinning. You barely had a sip, you lightweight. Whatever happened with Clintus? That was the end of that. Again, I'm always, my door is open. I'm not gonna go seek it out and look for it, but if folks decide to reach out, I am open to that. I'm not gonna withhold that from people. You and Astrocross cool now? I would never want to publicly put that pressure on him to be like, yeah, man, we're cool. We've had amicable DMs when I wanted info about stuff going on with Destiny, and one of his videos I had a question about, and he's been kind. And he had, I think, the right approach back in the day when he took his video down, and I've always respected him for that. But I would never put that kind of public pressure on Cross. He has a very large brand, a huge following. That's something that I would not expect or ask of him. That's not fair. We barely knew each other even back in the day. We barely knew each other. I was trying to have him on my podcast way back. And he said no. He was told by people to stay away from me. So, I would never want to put that kind of public pressure on him. I have a lot of respect for him and his content and his integrity. And so, that's a choice. That is a choice that, he would have to make. I'm not going to initiate. I'm not going to ask anything of anybody. Even the Iron Lords guy back in the day when I was getting some heat because of the ABK trial and the ABK merger, I DM'd him and said, you do not have to have me on your show. I worry that it would bring a lot of undue hate because I know his show is very, firmly rooted in Destiny. And I was like, you don't have to do that. So, yes, Porsche, thank you for the $5 super chat. We got the Twitch channel back, yes. My end follow account when the channel got nuked was like 171,000. It was in the 170s. We're getting very close to the end. It's at 150,000 followers right now. I honestly thought it was going to be zeroed out and we were going to have to kind of like rebuild, but they're actively rebuilding the database right now. I am blown away. Assassin's Creed Shadows is the second best-selling game in the U.S. in 2025 so far, behind Monster Hunter Wilds. It has also been the top-selling game for each of its first 3 weeks since launch. So much for Go Woke, Go Broke, boys. I told you that game was going to sell well, bro. I told you. Suck it, you anti-wokies. Seriously, man. I just followed again. How do I check the date? Go woke, go broke the records. Yeah. Go woke, broke your hearts. You love to see it, bro. You love to see it. Oh, man. It's been the best-selling video game in the U.S. for each of its first 3 weeks in the market, according to Circana's retail tracking. It currently ranks number 2 year-to-date, trailing only Monster Hunter Wilds. Active player numbers? Checking active player numbers on Steam is not a fair thing to do to a Ubisoft game. They have a much bigger audience on console. Look at the sales on PlayStation. It was the number 1 download in the U.S. Its full week that it was out. It was the number 2 download in Europe. Its full week that it was out. It's bigger. It's always had a bigger following on console, especially because of the history of like UB Plus and the Uplay app on PC. A $5 super chat. Tip from Porsche. We will stay on YouTube, Porsche. We are going to multi-stream. We are not going to abandon the YouTube channel. That would be stupid. You guys have helped us rebuild. You've helped us create something very special. I would absolutely never abandon this over here. No, I know there are people that are going to prefer to watch on YouTube. There are going to be people that prefer, to support here. Yeah. And that is not something that we would do. That would be absolutely unfair and not right. You got your follower age? May 2020? Oh, you poor soul. You followed me right before everything disappeared. You followed me right before. Oh, I feel bad. The Spy Who Swag says I can't see my date. 5 minutes ago. Yeah, you don't want to. Well, it's probably too late. We're getting near the end. Yeah, you can't sub right now. Hang on 1 second. Let me try something. Yeah. Sound? What about sound? Hey, cool. Channel nuked. Just went back to the beginning of the stream, and this is one for the Lono Moments Hall of Fame. Thank you, Benny. Thank you, Benny. Seriously. I remember those days. Lono had that picture in front of his new house, and then crap got crazy. I don't think we ever took a picture in front of the house. It was in the backyard. Yeah. It was in the backyard. Same thing, I choked up. I choked up. What are y'all talking about? I couldn't keep it together. I couldn't talk. I was like, I can't. It's like it honestly felt like it seems super cliche, but it felt like a dream. It felt like it was this thing out here in the distance happening. You didn't realize the followers were being re-added and you refollowed. You could unfollow and give it a day, Cardoc, and see if it restores your follower. It's rebuilding the database right now. Rocket Bear says, I'd imagine I can't get my follow date back since I unfollowed and followed manually. Yeah, probably not. I honestly am tempted to go eat something sweet to celebrate you, Lono. Scratch that. Go eat cake with your family. Oh, no. My daughter's got vision therapy right now. They're not here. She's been doing such a good job with her vision therapy. One of her eyes would kind of get... It basically, you can't see it, but whenever she's reading, playing a video game, or looking at a TV screen... One of her eyes is just like, yeah, I don't want to do anything, and it lets the other eye do all the work. So, yeah. There's a guy on Twitter saying that I beat my wife. There was never any... What are you talking about? That is, I've never done anything to her like that. That's ridiculous to say. Those kind of tweets should just be reported. That's incredibly crazy to say. People are nuts, man. I unfollowed you back when you were under 10K. I feel that's what saved me. Yeah, you did it really early, Fin Freak. You did it really early. Yeah. Whose idea was it to reach out to the Twitch CEO directly? Mine. I reached out to him last year, and I couldn't get like a response. When did you find out? In the middle of this stream, Dan. I was literally streaming, and... So 3 weeks ago, I had been emailing Dan Clancy, and 3 weeks ago, he told me that they were going to be reinstating the channel, but it was going to take a few weeks. They had a lot to process. I said, okay. So I waited and I waited and I waited. On Saturday, during my marathon stream, we were like 10 minutes away from shutting down. He emailed me and said that the plans had changed. They would not be reinstating the channel. So I was devastated. I went 3 weeks thinking, it's finally happening. I'm finally getting it back. To then being like, oh my gosh, it's not happening. And I told him, I said, can I ask what changed? I'm willing to have a conversation about whatever I need to do to get a second chance. And he told me to hold tight. And then I didn't know what that meant. I thought maybe he was just, he could have been blowing me off, right? I'm so grateful as a CEO that he was even taking the time to talk to me. And so I'm thinking, at his level, as busy he is, he's probably just sick of dealing with me. And then this morning I got an email that they were processing my appeal, and I was like, what? And I'm thinking it's just got to be a ghost in the machine. There's no way they're like doing this. And my friend literally said this when I told him about the situation on Sunday, because I've got some men that I confide in, and we were talking through like what this would mean and what it could do and how it could be bad and it could bring a lot of negativity, but it could also be good. He said, listen, he's like, an email like that, he's like, you could wake up Monday and all of a sudden it's done. And he was literally right. Like, that's literally what it meant. So again, I've expressed nothing but thanks today to Dan Clancy for welcoming us back to the platform and affording us that second chance, and also for just taking the time to email me. I know he's busy. I know I was being a little pesky about it, but it was the idea of getting it back was just so huge. I told him, I said, my family and I cannot thank you enough. Like, what this means for my wife and my kids, is you really can't put a word on it. Thank you, Fleet Ants. I appreciate that. Sony Kent says, I had to rewind the stream to catch up on what's happening. The best is back on Twitch. Congrats. Thank you, Sony Kent. What's the Twitch channel called? We have a Twitch command that you can use. It's Reforge Gaming TV. We are trying to get the username Reforge Gaming. I don't know if we'll be able to get it. Yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to get it. So we grabbed Reforge Gaming TV, and it's currently restoring all of my followers. What's the plan now? We'll do this day like normal, and Creature and I will hatch a plan. I'm not sure about a stream tonight, but I don't know. I feel like a celebration stream over there is obviously in order, but, you know, I've got to figure out when and how to do that. I've got to figure out how to do multi-streaming. I know how to multi-stream, and since Twitch doesn't do AV1, I've done multi-streaming before, which we could just set it up very easily through the gaming rig, and it would also be through my fiber. So, be doing dual streaming this week or next. I'm hoping we can have it done very soon, yeah. I unfollowed at 25K. I've been added back, and it shows my original follow date, so it worked for me. Yeah. It might be too late for some of you. There's probably only about 10,000 followers left to restore. You could just funnel your viewers to YouTube for members content. I would say that we would still do that over there, though. We would still do, you can do sub-only content over there. I can schedule streams over there like Green Room and like Morning Coffee and do those just for members. Funny enough, I had a homie over this weekend and I told him about you, even made him watch the Upper Echelon video. Yeah, I'm still very grateful to Upper Echelon for the video that he made. I think it helps people see from a third party, a bit of a zoom out on the situation. And again, I'm just going to stress, I'm not trying to go to war with anybody. I don't want to fight with anybody. I'm not trying to rehash or defend myself or any of that. I'm not. My goal is to just keep doing what we do. Is it possible, but doing it both places simultaneously may be a technical nightmare? Oh, it's not a technical nightmare, Nitro. I've multi-streamed before. I streamed on YouTube and Kick at the exact same time for a couple of weeks. What's Creature saying? You're officially out of pocket. You're eating the whole 65-inch monitor. Yeah! I wonder if it's because I changed my username. Oh, is your follower not working? The follower thing not working for you, Zinthos? That's always a possibility. That's always a possibility. Follower count's almost back. Where is it now? 164? Yeah. I really do think the final number that I remember seeing on Social Blade was like 172, 171. It's going to be really interesting to see if what Social Blade does with it. Targeted gifting, going to be epic. Yeah, I'll be interested. Twitch Tracker says 168. Oh, was it 168 according to Twitch Tracker? I forgot about Twitch Tracker. Social Blade's always a bit behind, isn't it? Yeah. Reforge Gaming TV. Does it have my old... I wonder if my old account's still loaded into Twitch Tracker. Yeah. Yeah, Twitch Tracker says 168,000 followers, 460. That was the last day that I streamed. Yeah. Yep. I streamed on July the 2nd of 2020. We averaged that day... We hit like 5,000 viewers total, I think, total concurrent that day. Side note on that one account. They created in 2015. I bet you they changed their name, though, Fuzzy. I bet you they changed their name. Ain't no way they grabbed that. That name never showed up. It never showed up. I remember going to Twitch and checking. That name did not show up until after we had been, Reforge Gaming for a while on YouTube. I should have went and had Madam's Twitch account grab the username, but just didn't think about it. Lono, I'm currently listening to you talk about the upcoming seasonal artifact in Destiny 2 Shadowkeep. It seems very promising. So dumb. I checked Reforge Gaming TV and it has me as a follower. Yes, it's been restoring followers for the past couple of hours. So it's now about 4,000 away from being done restoring. Because when we ended in July of 2020, we had 168,000. So, that viewership, that's like 9 to 10 times more than here. I don't know what viewership's going to be like over there. Obviously, the last day I streamed when I had like 5,000 people, watching, it was certainly because they wanted to see the video that I was showing. So it was a little spicy, it was a little dramatic, but that would be the reason why. Most of my stats up to that point were around 1,000 to 2,000 concurrents on a regular stream on a regular basis. So you have more viewership while offline than many do live. Well, it's hype today. People are a little excited. It's not going. I don't know if this is going to be something that would be maintained, boys. What directory are you going to use? These are all questions that Creature and I have had to consider and weigh for the last 3 weeks, kind of thinking it all through. So we don't know. Just chatting or probably just chatting, or there's a podcast category as well. So, and I appreciate people saying nice things about Twitter about it as well. Like I know I've probably been a little, Where do we submit unban requests for Discord? You were banned in the Discord. This is absolutely awesome. Glad I found you here. Glad you're getting some justice. Truth is eternal. Thank you very much. Yeah, I replied to oh no, it's Alex with an animated GIF. I appreciated him saying what he said. This guy says he's about to dance on you when he gets 200k subs by this weekend. I don't have any reason to do anything or say anything or be mean to Alex. Who asked about Discord? Red, Dr. Red MD. I've not handled the attention from that style of content very well, and a lot of it's because it's like super activating. Given everything I've been through, so I know that I didn't help myself or help the matter, but to me it's just about being grateful to be welcomed back on a platform where I think we can bring really good content to a platform that actually is really good for live streaming. People really enjoy watching live streams over there. So if Kirk says congrats, then we know something's happening. I don't hold grudges. I don't. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to fight with people. It's just you got to protect your peace, and if you feel like folks are kind of stepping in areas where they shouldn't or saying things about you they shouldn't, you just kind of have to. I just had to kind of start putting that stuff out of the frame. This guy says you're shadowboxing. Why are you saying he's shadowboxing? He's just congratulating me on getting my account back. That's not what that word means. I've not seen anything from Kirk. Has Kirk said anything? I don't see anything on his Twitter feed. Yo, what's good, Laughing Viking? How are you? Why, what's happened? We got the Twitch channel back. People get kicked from the nest just for retweeting the wrong person. Back to 164. I think it might be done. It's been sitting on 164,094 followers for a while. So would you reach out to Pete Parsons? I don't have any interest in trying to do anything with Destiny or Bungie. I think that ship is just so fully sailed. That's not a desire in my heart. I don't want the attention that would probably bring anyway. Just getting back to Twitch is going to bring probably a lot of it's going to bring some of that, obviously. I've continued to say that I just want to put it all behind me. Like, if people want to drum it back up and use their platforms to say nasty things, and to continue to label me as something that I'm not, that's their choice. I can't control what they do. I would honestly hope that people would stop doing that, but I can't make anybody stop. obviously if things are outside the bounds of terms of service and community guidelines, then that's different. But, it's just one of those things, man, where I've learned to let go and release a lot, and, and I was literally, I had sort of come to grips with the fact over the weekend, especially, and I just kind of accepted that, like, I would probably never be back over there. I had to accept it. So I was very shocked this morning when it happened. Shouldn't this be good news? It is good news, Cameron, but you have to remember, there is a lot of people that don't like me and think things about me that aren't true, and their dislike of me is largely rooted in that. And I don't really have the ability to change their mind. I did my absolute best at the time. I've done my best the last 5 years to show people, who I am and who I am with my family. I don't get into my spiritual life, but there's also that aspect of my existence. I'm still seeing the same therapist that I started seeing in 2018. I've been on a path of healing and change for 7 years. My wife and I still go and see the same guy, same therapist once a month. It's like our date night. We kind of check in with him, work on things, communication and growing, and then we go get dinner. So you didn't deserve to lose your livelihood. I've always yelled that. Yeah, it was, congrats, Lono. Yo, Mike, I said earlier, somebody was like, well, would you raid people over there who stood by you? And I was like, there's 2 people that have stood by me publicly, 30 and Still Gaming and Ginger Prime. That's it. So we're still trying to sort out a segment. I miss doing shows with you. That Friday segment, it started to be such a bad segment with respect to YouTube. Just treated it so poorly, and I felt like we were doing great work. So I still want to do that. I still want to find a way to do a show with you. I miss doing shows with you. We just had to hunker down, and really, really dedicate ourselves to doing uploads and doing variety, and it's just been so freaking hard. After 5 years, he got his Twitch channel back after wrongfully getting banned. There's people out there that have done far worse than awkwardly hitting on women while drinking in a van and getting banned. No matter what I think about his terrible gaming takes, when something great happens in someone's personal life, that's a time for them to be happy, and he deserves this right now. This is wholesome to watch. Well, I appreciate him saying that. That's very kind. And I know he called me out for not covering the PlayStation thing. I'm going to cover the PlayStation price thing. I didn't have time to research it. We'll cover that tomorrow. I said that after my show opened. I will cover the pricing increase because I want to get the straight answer. I can't quite tell what's going on. They're saying it's because of inflation, and there's a handful of regions. I couldn't get a clear read on what was the reasoning and why they're not doing it to the pro. I didn't want to try to haphazardly throw it in the show and say something that wasn't accurate. So the PlayStation price increase will get kicked to tomorrow. I have no problem talking about price increases. I mean, those are hot topics. We talked about Nintendo price issues for frickin' for a week. For a week, bro. And a 5-bomb comes in from Gambit Zero and gets us to 308 members. They're also lowering disk drive attach costs. Yeah. Who was it that tweeted that? Astro. He tweeted that. Trump removed the tariffs from electronics. Yeah, the tariffs thing is hopefully gonna level out and not be as bad as it was. It's still not great. Looking at Looking at mine. They're saying 140% on the Switch 2 today. I thought that was in only one market. They did the 90-day, like, they paused for 90, and then I thought I was only going to hit that number in China. It's not a video game console, it's a toy. That's not a joke. Yeah, I know. So is its classification, it's not going to apply? Not made there? I thought I read that there were ones made there and those would be the ones. I don't know. The exemptions that never happened didn't cover console anyways. Really? Toys are being hit. Crazy. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Creature. Creature. Yeah, the follow count looks like the follow count's going to settle over there on Twitch at 164,000. I'll take it. I didn't think we were going to get anything. You're back? Yeah, we back. We back, boys. There's a Twitch command. It's Reforge Gaming TV. Twitch.tv/Reforge Gaming TV. We're trying to get this just the standard Reforge Gaming username without the TV, but that's what it is for now. So, very, very excited. I had been emailing Dan Clancy, and 3 weeks ago was told I'd be getting it. And then on Saturday at the end of my marathon stream, they said that they had changed plans, and I was kind of devastated and was like, what do I got to do here? And he told me to hold tight. And then this morning while I was streaming, thinking I was never getting it back, just doing my thing here with y'all, all of a sudden I had it back. I'm still spinning about it. It still doesn't feel real. It still doesn't feel real. Bungie unbanned? Probably not. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spam a link in chat. We do have a video that I want you guys to watch. I think that the Marathon gameplay reveal was a pretty big misfire from Bungie. I've got a video waiting for you. I'm going to redirect you to it, okay? Click the link in chat or ride redirect. If you're a paying member, if you're at Member Plus or above, you can hang out with us in the green room after this video. We're going to be figuring out what we're going to do with the Twitch channel, so you don't want to miss it. Considering upgrading to Member Plus or VIP, and I'll see you guys over there.